We're getting the players lined up with their parents here. We'll get things started in just a short bit. Ladies and gentlemen,
all right, check. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
Check.
For a lot of football players.
Both a little quiet, but
wait.
I know that's going to get...
So we're going to call for football players first in numerical order, along with their parents. These parents have been taking these kids to football practice and football games since they're young kids, doing the laundry for them, being the chauffeurs. And now it's time to honor the parents and the players tonight of the senior members of our Grandville football program. We're going to start off with number 2. He is Alex Pepin, along with his parents Cesar and Josefina. And number 3, he is Cade Pilzik, along with his parents Josh and Tracy Pilzik. Up next is number 6. He is Luke DeHaan, along with his parents Brent and Julie DeHaan. Here comes number 8. He is D.J. Arnold, along with his parents Damon and Sherelle Arnold. Next up, we have number 9. He is Noah Atwood, along with Joy Kunis. Up next, we have number 12. He is Andrew Batchelder, along with his mom Kim Klein and dad Glenn Batchelder. Up next, we have number 18. He is Braden Gable, along with his parents Brooke and Bobby Gable. Up next, we have number 20. He is Damian Merrick. And number 28, he is Dominic Osborne, along with parents Kareem and Weston Merrick. Next up, number 21, he is Trey Johnson, along with his parents Dan and Jody Johnson. Here comes number 24. He is George Williams, along with his mom Shandala Williams. Up next, number 27, he is Ian Sanders, along with his parents Steve and Beth Sanders. Up next, number 41, he is Ethan Ruiz, along with Venus and Scott Ruiz. Here comes number 44. He is Ethan Schultz, along with Jessica and Joseph Dunn. Next up, number 50, he is Eddie Stone, along with Beth and Dave Stone. Here comes number 54, he is Zach Treppins, along with Tammy and Jason Treppins. Up next, number 55, he is Carlos Alvarado, along with his parents, Carlos and Stephanie Alvarado. Here comes number 56, he is Cade Popkin, along with parents Shannon and Ken Popkin. Up next, number 57, he is Jackson Rader, along with parents Jack and Angie. Here comes number 60, he is Cole Kuipers, along with Keith and Trisha Kuipers. Number 66 is next. He is Connor Stevens, along with parents Kim and Russ Stevens. Our next player, number 70, he is Jackson Buckler, along with parents Heather and Chris Buckler. Here comes number 82. He is Amaris Bush, along with parents Randina and Arthur Bush. And our final senior on the football team, number 90, he is Tristan Moore, along with Rebecca Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior members of our football team and their parents, let's give them a big round of applause of gratitude and good luck towards their futures. Fellas, go get to work. We're going to give a little bit of time for the football players and the parents to get off the field here. And then we're going to honor the senior members of our cheerleading squad along with their parents. Well, let's bring out our senior cheerleader members. First up, senior Larissa DeBoer, along with her dad, Chris. Here come a couple of twins, Cece and Santana Duffy, along with Ryan and Jenny Duffy. Our third cheerleader, she is Elise Freiberg, along with parents Nick and Demetra. Next up, we have Ashley Lamb, along with parents Duke and Nicole. Our fifth senior, she is Jaden Lloyd, along with mom Eva and dad Seth. And our final senior member of the cheerleading squad, she is Alexis Parker, along with parents Justin and Candace. This also is one of those sports that starts early on in elementary school, and these parents put forth a lot of driving,
weights have been
a lot of
lifted,
time, and a lot
sprints
of
have been run. Preparation for today's game is history.
Along with their parents,
It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The tradition known as Grandville Cheerleader. Some of you may not know, you see them every week, but the dog boys over there in the street section are also senior members. There's 4 of them right now, but that's all right. I'll call those guys out real quick. Their parents aren't here, at least not with them.
A new postseason event for the MHSAA and some top-ranked soccer teams go down. It's all next on This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, Michigan's go-to resource for student financial aid. I'm John Ross, and welcome to This Week in High School Sports. For the first time in Michigan High School Athletic Association history, there will be postseason events at the junior high or middle school level. Later this month, cross-country regionals will be held at 8 sites across the state for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Each of the 8 host sites will conduct a girls' and a boys' race. Teams may enter up to 20 runners in each race, depending on the size of the school. The race will be 2 miles in length. And team championship trophies will be awarded to the top-placing girls and boys team at each regional, and the top 20 individual finishers will also receive medals. There are nearly 650 junior high or middle schools in the MHSAA, and this event will not count against the 10 events teams are allowed to compete in during the regular season. Regionals will be hosted by Portage Central and Midland High Schools on October 16th, Marquette High School on October 22nd, Hudson, Macomb Dakota, Carson City Crystal, and Gaylord High Schools on October 23rd, and wrapping up with Grand Rapids Public Schools on October 29th. For more, please visit MHSAA.com. Game balls this week go to the Holland West Ottawa boys tennis team. They won a regional title over Hudsonville and Rockford and qualified for the Division I state finals. West Ottawa was ranked 5th in the state in Division I, Rockford 6th, and Hudsonville 7th. To Grant Mulder, he scored the lone goal in Hudsonville Unity Christian's upset win over Holland Christian in the OK Blue Conference semifinals. Holland Christian was ranked number 1 in Division III, but Mulder's goal sent the Crusaders to the victory. And to the Richland Gull Lake boys soccer team. After losing the number 1 ranked St. Joseph earlier in the season, Gull Lake came back to beat St. Joseph 4-2 in the Southwestern Michigan Athletic Conference Championship game. The two could meet for a third time in the regional round of the MHSAA tournament.
Need money for college? You need My Student Aid. My Student Aid is the go-to resource that helps Michigan families find money to pay for college. Plus, they'll guide you through the financial aid process and answer any questions you have. For grants, scholarships, and more, connect with My Student Aid, helping make college affordable for everyone. Learn more at michigan.gov/MIStudentAid.
On Fridays throughout the fall, they've been holding.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Sam Davis.
One of the big differences between high school football and the college or pro game is how pass interference is called. In high school, there is no such thing as an uncatchable pass. If there is illegal contact by the defender while the ball is in the air, that's pass interference, no matter where the ball ultimately ends up. Also, in high school, a defender can face guard as long as no contact is made with the receiver. That is not pass interference, even if the defender does not look back for the ball. Both of those interpretations differ from the college and pro game. Both levels have uncatchable exceptions, and neither allows for face guarding. Keep that in mind the next time you think you've spotted pass interference at the high school level.
Thanks, Sam. You can be a referee. Just go to the MHSAA website now to register. District play in soccer has started. The draw for volleyball will be posted online, and that tournament will start November 1st. And Selection Sunday for football is October 24th. The pairings will be revealed live on Valley Sports Detroit, starting at 5:30 p.m. The 256 qualifying teams for the 11-player tournament will be announced, as well as the 32 teams qualifying for the 8-player tournament. After the live announcement, all brackets will be available on MHSAA.com. The first round of district play will take place October 29th at school sites. You can track each team's playoff points by going to the football page of the MHSAA website. The points rankings update in real time as final scores are entered each week. Going into Week 8, Rockford has the most points in Division I. On the 8-player side, Adrian Lenawee Christian has the most points in D1. 2 weeks to go, and a lot can happen between now and Selection Sunday. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll see you next week.
Gets a bootleg, keeper left, over the 15 to the 20-yard line, 25-yard line, Sanders, past the 40, 45, 50-yard line, one man to beat, got a block from behind the 30, 25, 20, left sideline 15, 10, 5, touchdown Grandville. Cam Chandler under center. Cam gives it to Drew. Drew up the middle, big hole, races to the right side of the 25, at the 20, just expands his advantage, slows it down before the end zone, touchdown Unity. What a run there by Drew Chandler. Joppy back to pass. Clutches, fires deep down left side, looking for Brown, and it's intercepted inside the 5-yard line. The great coverage down the field by DJ Arnold. He comes away with a pick, and the Bulldogs defense holds.
This is Michigan Game Night.
And hello, everyone,
and welcome to Bulldog Stadium in Grandville, and welcome to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Tonight, you'll have a hard time finding a better matchup really anywhere than what we have in store here tonight. Grandville and Hudsonville, it's a classic border war with a recent history of tight games, and tonight, they each have everything to play for as they each look to earn their spot in the 2021 playoffs. Along with Chandler Timber, I am Nate Dreyer. Welcome in again here to the press box at Granville High School, or at Bulldog Stadium here in Granville. And CT, while they've played plenty of big ones between these two teams, Grandville and Hudsonville, in the past few years, I'm not sure we've had quite as big of a game at the time of the matchup in terms of what we know the playoff stakes. They've been playing a little bit earlier in the year the last few years, and we really know how big of a contest this is from the start, and the rivalry factor is just the beginning of what's at stake tonight.
Yeah, the latest of these two teams have met in quite a few years, and I think it's safe to say going to be worth the wait here tonight. Lots of implications on the line as far as the playoffs, and whoever's able to come away with a win is going to put themselves in a much better spot.
Absolutely. There is so much to get to throughout this one. This is the Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's our Coach's Corner segment. We'll have head coach Eric Stiegel. He has a lot to talk about. A couple of 3 straight big wins for the Bulldogs, and, of course, this huge matchup here tonight. We'll be right back here on Game Night. It's going to be a great one. Grandville, Hudsonville. It's a crosstown border war. Everything at stake here tonight. Do not go anywhere.
You can come on up to the North Press Box, get yourself gift cards to either Andiamo's Pizza.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back into MGN and the Coach's Corner segment, joined, as always, unfortunate for his time, with Bulldog head coach Eric Stiegel. Coach, how are you today?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
That's good. Thanks for your time. We're doing great, and I tell you what, it's good to talk to you. I think since the last time we spoke, it's been 3 straight wins and 3 straight blowout wins for you guys. Gotta really love the way that the team's playing, just rolling on both sides of the ball right now.
Yeah, we kind of look back to that Rockford week, and obviously we had a loss that was we had that game right in our grasp and didn't finish that game, and really proud about how our kids and our coaching staff really just kind of regrouped, and throughout the last 3 weeks, for the most part, we've played complete games where the offense has got off to fast starts, the defense has been suffocating, and we've seen better special teams play. So very encouraged by that, that we've responded that way. And then, obviously, we know that we have a really big test this week. So I think there's, a team in Hudsonville that, similar to us, got off to a slower start, partially because, some of the better teams that they play on their schedule were right up at the front. And, they've been playing really well down, these last, 2-3 weeks as well. So we think we're going to have a big challenge this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get into that a little bit later on, too, because there are so many storylines with that game. One thing still going back to the team, when you look at the way that things are starting to roll as well, you guys have been doing it without Tyson Mann on both sides of the ball. Talk about the way that guys have done a good job kind of filling in, getting into different roles, and hopefully allowing for Tyson to get healthy here, hopefully by playoff time or around then. Yeah. And what's going on with that?
Yeah, Tyson still is kind of a week-to-week deal. We're hoping we get him back sooner than later, but it's one of those where he's got to heal. And as soon as he heals, he'll be able to play. But until he's healed up, he's not going to be able to play. But really I think you've seen a lot of guys step up. I mean, Pilzik's continue to play well and kind of be the bell cow for us. You've seen Mason Albrecht have some good runs and some good games. You've seen Dominic Osborne really kind of emerge. And Dominic played really well against Rockford, and he played in a different way. I was kind of playing our fullback or our fullback spot. We put him over to Tyson's spot, and he's a different kind of player than Tyson. I mean, he's a physical, powerful runner and blocker. Not that Tyson is not a physical kid, but Dominic's 5'9" and probably 205 pounds, and really likes to run physically in between the tackles. So he's done well. Ian Sanders has picked up in the run game and the pass game. So all in all, we've seen kind of a team effort with that. And again, defensively, we've seen Braden Gable come back and really contribute there. and we've seen him contribute on offense as well too. So we're expecting more things from him too as the season develops.
And quickly, you touched on Ian Sanders too. He's now had multiple touchdowns the last couple weeks. Really seems to be finding his stride. Talk a little bit about Ian coming into his senior year now at quarterback as both a leader on and off the field and what he's meant really rolling these last few weeks.
Well, Ian's he is an extremely just he is a quiet kid, but he's an extremely confident kid. Never see him in a position where he looks like the situation's too big. And he's a guy that'll do anything for you. He's in our defensive depth chart, and he's good enough that he could probably start in defense for us. But obviously, we try to keep him a little bit more healthy there and keep him out of that way. But he's a football player, and he's going to do whatever it takes, whether that's running the ball, throwing. We've even had some stuff now on some of our toss plays where he's out as a lead blocker because we know that's what kind of kid he is. So we're just extremely fortunate to have a kid that is as tough as he is, as intelligent he is, but I think mostly just the selfless leader that he is. And I think, to a man, I think everybody on our team would just tell you that, they got complete trust in him as a person, as a player, and as a teammate.
Yeah, I know like Chandler, a lot of times when you talk about those toss plays with him as a lead blocker, Chandler always has been picking up on him during the game. We just marvel at the fact that he's just getting out there and he is really helping to show the way in that regard as well.
Right.
All right, you mentioned earlier Hudsonville. I mean, the storylines are obviously aplenty of a pair of 4-3 teams. For them, with what they have left on the schedule, they might be looking at this as a must-win game to get into the playoffs. It's a rivalry game. Obviously, big playoff seeding on the line. So many storylines, and it's all about how are you guys going to get your kids ready for this one.
Right. Yeah, it's number one, aside from the record, it's a big game because it's Hudsonville and it's a rivalry game. I mean, they're, outside of Jenison, I think they're the closest team in the OK Red to us. These guys all know each other. They play each other growing up in Little League football, play Little League baseball. Just the proximity's there, and we've had some great games. Last year, we pulled one out late at their place. They won a game in overtime a few years back against us at their place. So, we expect it's going to be a physical game, a tough game. They're going to be well prepared on both sides of the ball. They have some dynamic playmakers with Ham, and then number one is receiver, and their quarterback, I think his name's Trey Carr, has been playing really well lately. So we know we're going to have some things to contend with there. Obviously it's a big game for us in terms of playoff implications and that. But the biggest thing for us really is we want to continue to try to keep playing our best football because we know that for us. To make an impact in the playoffs and be our best, we got to keep getting better this week. And we know we're probably playing one of the better teams on our schedule this week. So we know that we're going to have to even, just because we've played well the last couple of weeks, we think we're playing up, definitely a more complete football team this week, and we're going to have to make sure we're sharp and ready in all facets.
All right, and just lastly, you mentioned how big of an advantage is it in a rivalry game like this to be able to play at home, especially if you can have the crowd that you guys have had the last few weeks.
Well, I think it's an advantage being at home. Obviously, we won at their place last year late. But what I would tell you is just having that comfort level, being in your own locker room, having the warm up schedule be pretty easy. We're just going to walk out, don't have a bus ride. I think it's a small advantage. But once the ball's teed up. It's going to be a football game, and I don't think, again, we really care where the game's going to be played. We want to go out there and play our best against a really good football team and hopefully do enough to come out victorious.
All right, really looking forward to the game for certain. Can't wait to get there, and good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, and go Dogs.
All right, go Dogs. Grandville head coach Eric Stiegel here on MGN.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. the hood of a brand new car.
My car!
And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Dear Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a Farmers agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Business and sports have a lot in common. Members of a team need to stay focused on their goal of preparing for the game and winning the contest. Here at Centennial Securities Company, we work along the same lines. Every day we prepare to win, except that our win is the level of satisfaction and service that we provide our clients. It's an excellent game plan, and one that we play by for the entire season. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back in here to Bulldog Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber with you. It is game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Already week 8 of the season. Hard to believe how fast this has gone, Chandler. And it's a battle of 4-3 border war teams. Grandville and Hudsonville tonight. You just heard from Coach Stiegel in our Coach's Corner segment. And he went over a lot of these things that we'll be able to go over a little bit as well in the Grandville. Scott Bates, Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show in CT. Let's begin by breaking down Hudsonville a little bit for the Grandville audience that's listening. Let's take a look at some of the things you can expect. First off, in terms of systems, somewhat similar to what they've done in the past, but starting on the offensive side of the ball and really the defensive side of the ball as well. It's a little bit more of a spread attack and more pass-oriented than I think they have been in the past. In the past, they've been a little bit more power spread. This is a team that I won't call them an air raid team for sure because they still are going to find some balance, but they are willing to throw the ball around quite a bit more than they maybe even have done in the past. Yeah, really throughout the last couple of years, we've seen that offense develop from one where they really ran the ball pretty effectively and really tried to establish the run early on and then used that to beat the Bulldogs a few years back, and now to the point where they are definitely throwing the ball around quite a bit of the teams we've seen at least this season so far. And they've got a lot of playmakers on the outside, and really their goal is just going to be to get the ball to those guys as much as possible. Yeah, and it's a defensive system, a little bit similar to. They're maybe a little bit more spread out than they've been in the past, but the one thing about them is they're still decently big. They're not as big as Hudsonville's been in past years up front on both sides of the ball, but they are big in the secondary. That's something we'll talk about with Grandville, but kind of a unique build to the defense because they've got some really lanky, ranging guys out there in the secondary that could create some interesting matchups for the Bulldogs if and when they do go to the air. Yeah, it could make it difficult to attack down the field when you're not going to have that size advantage at the tight end position that you're used to. And so while the Bulldogs, as usual, probably not going to throw the ball a ton, just that opportunity might be a little bit more difficult, and you have to strategize when you're taking your shots a little bit more. But I think where it's going to play in more is those defensive backs with that size. How are they going to be able to play against the run game here? They're going to have to play close to the line of scrimmage. For Hudsonville, it's going to start and end, as we mentioned, with the pass game. The junior quarterback, Trey Carr, he has 14 touchdowns through the air, 5 more on the ground. And then Dylan Ham, the very, very speedy slot receiver, he's got 5 touchdowns, including 2 TD grabs a week ago. They'll run him on some sweet plays as well. Those 2 guys are really the starting foundation. They have plenty of other options as well, but that connection has been one of the key things for this team this year. And, of course, Ham has been such a big part of the offense in past years as well. Yeah, we've talked about the offense and how quick they like to get the ball out, and that is because they've got Dylan Ham on the outside, and he's going to be their number 1 weapon. They're going to try and get him the ball multiple different ways. They're going to bring him in motion across the field, as you mentioned, on sweeps and trying to get the ball in his hands in the run game, and also try to get the ball out to him quick on screens, and then off of that, able to get him on some deeper routes down the field, but really can do pretty much anything when you really want as an offensive weapon at the wide receiver position. This is the Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show here on Michigan Game Night. Also for the Hudsonville offense, look out for a ton of massive options they have both out wide and at tight end. Eli Vanderveen has 4 touchdowns as a wideout. Noah Moulter's a big tight end. Ben Lewis might see a little bit. Cade Busko will be kind of the H-back or fullback type role. Brad Reardon may be out there a little bit as a 6'3" big receiver as well. So they're very big. Ham a small speedster, but the rest of the targets are really big. They can go up and get it done. That's an interesting matchup, and let's kind of talk about it. The Grandville defense, so good the last couple of weeks. We'll start with the defense this week instead of the offense, which also could probably have been a starting talking point. They've allowed just 1 touchdown in each of the last 3 games. It's a defense, though, that they're a little bit more spread out than they've been in years past. Of course, Tyson Mann, the injury in the secondary will be interesting. What do the Bulldogs have to do for defensive coordinator KJ Landis to try to stop this attack in terms of the speedster Ham, like they've done so well, slowing down other slot receivers, as well as those other options in both the pass and the run game for Hudsonville? Yeah, they've done a good job so far of shutting down some of the slot receivers they faced the past couple weeks. The difference, I think, with the Eagles here tonight is they have the option to then get the ball down the field vertically as well, as you mentioned, with those size at their other wide receiver spots and at the tight end position
position as well. So not only you're going to have to play up at the line of scrimmage on some of the short passes, you also have to respect the deep game. So it's definitely going to be on that secondary of the Bulldogs that's played so well the last couple weeks. Definitely going to have a lot of responsibility in that game here tonight.
Bulldog offense has been absolutely rolling Chandler, putting up right around 50 points essentially per game in the last couple weeks, and they really haven't had to go to the air. The one thing we do know is Hudsonville, with such a familiarity, likely will be the team that will force Coach Steele to reach into his bag of tricks a little bit more. We mentioned the injury to Tyson Mann. It also has an impact on, and has had an impact on, this side of the ball as well. So when you look at this matchup, or when you look at the Bulldog offense, when it comes to when they'll have to go to the air, we know what Cade Pilzik and company will bring on the ground. What are some of the things we can maybe expect to see out of the Bulldogs as they try to get a pass game opened up in this one?
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they try to get Braden Gable involved in this one. And last week we saw him with a nice catch down the field. Didn't play early on in the season, but starting to look like he's getting phased into this offense a little bit more, coming into the right time, and down the stretch for the Bulldogs could be a big piece in the passing game.
And Braden Gable, absolutely an X factor for the Bulldogs for sure. Both sides of the ball. Think about what he'll do as a big guy in the secondary as well. But of course, that ability in the pass game, you think back to the district championship against Rockford and what he brought to the table in that contest. For Hudsonville, interesting X factor I'd probably point to is Drew Bain, their junior running back, I should say, had 2 touchdowns last week. With things more spread out, with things maybe looking like they did last week in the second half against East Kentwood, a little bit more versus the spread attack, Bain, maybe especially through some of those more zone blocking, read option type schemes, could find a little bit of room to run. I think Bain in the run game is the X factor for the Hudsonville offense.
Yeah, with the threat that the passing game brings for the Eagles, that's going to force the Bulldogs to have to put more guys in coverage to try and respect that part of the game, and that's going to leave the middle of the field open a little bit. And so if the Eagles are able to run the football effectively, they're definitely going to have that option, with the Bulldogs potentially having fewer bodies along that line of scrimmage.
Bulldogs just about set to run through that inflated. Bulldogs head to the left side of our broadcast position. They got the smoke machines going as well. So guide the players out on the field in just a moment. Chandler, keys to the game here on our Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. For Hudsonville, I think you have to talk about Grandville being forced to go to the air on offense is a big part for the Hudsonville defense, and as well that Hudsonville offense has to find a way to stay one step ahead of that multiple shifting Grandville attack.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be back and forth, both sides of the football. Easier said than done for the Eagles to try and stop the run of the Bulldogs, but they're able to play some very physical football and force the Bulldogs to have to take some shots down the field. That's where they're going to be at their best. And then definitely, as always with these two teams, expect a chess match between the Hudsonville offense and the Grandville defense going back and forth and see who's able to come up with a big play.
The Bulldogs in all white have found their way through that Bulldog head, through the band, and they are ready to rock and roll in this contest. Hudsonville also slowly working their way out onto the field for Grandville. We talked about it, executing on offense, finding a way to shut down Dylan Ham like they have other top options in the last couple weeks. That'll be key. This was the Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. We're going to step aside from the national anthem. When we come back, it's 4-3 versus 4-3. It's a border war. Playoff positioning on the line. What an incredible Week 8 matchup right on the other side of this.
If you're looking to sell your home, don't lose your equity to high commissions. Be sure to call Assist to Sell. They are fully licensed realtors and provide all the service high commission companies do, just for a flat fee of only $29.95. Call 616-299-0222 or visit WeSellWestMichigan.com. Remember, friends don't let friends pay 6%. Check out Assist to Sell at WeSellWestMichigan.com.
4 wins and 3 losses. Ladies and gentlemen,
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. The Folding Warehouse has over 30 lanes inside a 45,000 square foot facility. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit foldingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Business and sports have a lot in common. Members of a team need to stay focused on their goal of preparing for the game and winning the contest. Here at Centennial Securities Company, we work along the same lines. Every day we prepare to win, except that our win is the level of satisfaction and service that we provide our clients. It's an excellent game plan and one that we play by for the entire season. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
If you're 18 years or older, AHC Hospitality is hiring for open positions at its downtown hotels. Starting pay is $14 an hour, paid weekly, with medical, dental, and health benefits, hotel discounts, and more. Positions include front desk, housekeeping, restaurant, and management roles at our 6 premier downtown hotels. Visit ahchospitality.com/careers to jumpstart your career at one of 6 world-class hotels in downtown Grand Rapids.
That one guard, number 64.
And welcome back into Bulldog Stadium. It is game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. The fireworks blasting off here at Bulldog Stadium after the Grandville Band finishes up another great rendition of the national anthem. The Bulldogs in the all-white jerseys tonight. White jersey, white pants. The numbers are in maroon. The trimming's in maroon. And the helmet is that familiar maroon helmet. The black, white Grandville G on either side, a white stripe down the middle. Hudsonville wearing a blue uniform, white numbers, trimmed in gold. The pants are white and the helmet is white for the visiting Eagles here tonight. The Bulldogs won the toss, and they elected to get the ball and get their offense on the field to get things started. The Grandville offense averaging just shy of 40 points per game on the year, so explosive. And they've been showing that the last few weeks in particular, as they've been right around the 50-point threshold in their last 3 victories. Head coach Eric Stiegel, head coach Brent Sandy in this contest. Stiegel at the helm of the Bulldogs. Heard from him in our Coach's Corner segment a few moments ago in the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. Grandville will be moving from right to left to open up this game. Emmanuel Diapa, the senior kicker, he's an excellent kicker that we saw a year ago for Hudsonville, will get ready to send this one away. And the Bulldogs send Cade Pilzik, their dominant player on the year, 17 total touchdowns, 16 which have come on the ground. He will be back to receive this opening kickoff. Chandler, it's a border war. There's playoffs at stake. There's rivalry elements, of course, at stake. This is as good as it gets for Week 8.
It really is. Expect both these teams to come out really fired up here. Important for the Bulldogs offense, getting the first crack. They're able to sustain the drive and keep the roll going here. Opportunity to really open things up and gain some momentum early on.
All right, Diapa's got it set on the tee at the 40-yard line. Back on his own 3 will be Pilzik, set to return. Diapa strides forward, right leg through the ball. High, twisting kick will be taken in at the 4-yard line on a bit of a leap by Pilzik. Over the 15 to the 20-yard line. Cuts left at the 25. On his feet at the 26. Broke a tackle past the 35 to the 40. And he's getting tackled out of bounds and pushed out of bounds by a tackling pile that included Diapa, the kicker, at the 44. Great return by Pilzik. And here comes Ian Sanders and company for the Bulldog offense. Grandville last week put up 44 points against East Kentwood. Sanders was our player of the game as he went for over 128 yards on the ground, threw for over 60 yards as well, had a pair of touchdowns. Great week for Sanders. Pilzik, Osborne, and Albrecht, as we've seen the last few weeks, will be the running back unit. Tyson Mann still out week to week with that hip injury. The mark is going to be back at the 41-yard line. Left hash mark, 11:53 on the clock. Bulldogs go 2 tight end T. 3 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers for Hudsonville. Snap to Sanders, turn and a give on to Pilzik, and he'll jump over the line of scrimmage and tumble forward for a couple yards up to the 43. It'll be a 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2 for the Bulldogs on their first play from scrimmage.
Tripped up by number 24, Devin Mervau.
Right away, going Pilzik, trying to get him running around the outside again, like we've seen so many times this season so far. That time gets upended right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, and only going to get a yard on that one.
And traditionally, the inside of this defense, not quite as big as they've traditionally been, but very good. Trenton Mervo, Devin Mervo, Josh Petkus will be some of the key players. Ben Lewis will be coming off the edge as an outside edge rusher. 2 tight end T again for the Bulldogs. They only gave him 1 yard to the 42-yard line. Here's a snap and a pitch going right side to Pilzik. Has a hand in back of the defender over the 45-yard line, twisting away from one. And Eli Vanderveen levels him out of bounds at the 47 or 48-yard line on the right sideline. So 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. A couple of early carries for Cade Pilzik to open things up. As the clock ticks under 11 minutes to go, the mark is going to be the 47-yard line. That makes it 3rd and 4.
Initially, the outside of that Eagles defense able to turn Cade Pilzik, said he couldn't get to the sideline. Nice patience, though. Pilzik then eventually able to get a couple blocks developed downfield, made that a decent gain here and gives them a third manageable.
It's been a two-high safety look for the Hudsonville defense. Eli Vanderveen, Brad Raridan out there. 3rd and 4 from their own 47. Right hash and two tight end T again for Sanders and the Bulldogs. Under center, snapping a delayed turn. Gave it on to Osborne up the middle. Past the 50, diving down to the 45-yard line as Ben Lewis makes a leg tackle. That'll move the chains. The Bulldogs into Eagle territory. And with a fresh set of downs, good carry by the stocky hard runner, Dominic Osborne. 10-15 and less to go first quarter. Bulldogs up to that Eagle 45-yard line. On the right hash mark, and Ian Sanders in from the sideline with the call. Bulldogs break it out here. 10 minutes to go, first quarter. Bulldogs have picked up the first down of the game. Back to a two tight end T again. Again, two high safeties and four linebackers in that second row. Snap and a turn, delayed give. Osborne cuts it up the middle, jumps over a defender, takes it down to the 39-yard line, where he's pushed backwards and cut down by Griffin Reese, the senior defensive back. So 3 or 4 yards on first down, up to the 41 will be the mark for the Bulldogs. Make it 4 yards, 9:38 and less to go first quarter. No score early on. Grandville and Hudsonville here from Bulldog Stadium tonight on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
And Osborne's been so impressive as he's gotten more carries the last couple weeks. Very hard-nosed runner. Again, able to get a nice gain on first down there.
Two tight end T again for Grandville. Atwood and DeHaan are the starting tight ends in that unit. Under center goes Ian Sanders, turning a pitch right side to Pilzik. Had some issues settling it down, chops the feet over the 40, cuts it up past the 35, and dives out of bounds around the 30-yard line. She's getting tugged down from behind. That'll move the chains. Good hard run from Pilzik, breaking tackles and breaking ankles the whole way to move the chains again for the Bulldogs. Under 9 minutes to go now in the first quarter.
Yeah, almost disastrous for the Bulldogs. Cade Pilzik looked like he bobbled that one right off the pitch. Able to bring it in, though, and then turn it upfield and another first down.
Grandville, the mark is the Hudsonville 32-yard line. They are slowly moving their way up the field, all on the ground so far. And again, it's the two tight end T with Ian Sanders in command of the defense. 3 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers, 2 high safeties for the Eagles. Snap and a turn, it's Pilzik up over right guard, driving down towards the 26-yard line where he's cut down from behind.
First contact was Matt Hoekstra, number
Peter
8.
Smith, Matt Hoekstra on the tackle for Hudsonville there, but a gain of 4 yards on first down up to the 28-yard line will be the mark where the knee initially went down. And the Bulldogs keep moving it. Just a very consistent offense right now, 3-4 yards, 5 yards even at a time. This is exactly what they want in terms of controlling the clock before that explosive Hudsonville offense can get on the field. Bulldogs break it out, 2nd and 6 from the Hudsonville 28-yard line. 8:05 to go first quarter. It's a two tight end T. Same defensive format on the other side. Snap and a turn, kind of delayed give on to Albrecht. The fullback takes it over the 25 to the 24-yard line before he dives into the pile. Matt Hoekstra, the senior inside linebacker, again in on the tackle. Hoekstra, one of the long line of Hoekstra linebackers for this Hudsonville team. He's a senior, 205 pounds in the middle. It's 3rd and 2. Up to the 24-yard line for the Bulldogs. Sanders is coming in from the sideline with a call. Grandville driving right to left across your radio or computer dial, I suppose, in those white jerseys. And they'll break it out again. 3rd and 2, 7.5 minutes to go. First quarter, Grandville and Hudsonville here on Game Night. Back to a two tight end T again. Pilzik, Albrecht, Osborne have been the running back unit the whole time. Ian Sanders gets the snap, turns, gave it on to Osborne up the middle, driving and backing his way down after Cade Buskell made the tackle, and he should have just enough to move the chains. We'll see the mark. They are standing right by the chains, and they'll move them. Great job by Osborne to back it down, with the big Buskell trying to drag him down, and Grandville on the number moves the chains once more.
And again, the strong running from Osborne, able to pick up the first down there. He got spun around, but as you mentioned, backed his way just enough to get to the line to gain and prevented a 4th down conversion from having to happen there. Strong drive continues for the Bulldogs.
In between the hashes, 1st and 10 from the Hudsonville 22-yard line. Two tight end T again. It's been all drive long for the Bulldogs. Snap to Sanders, pitches it left side here to Osborne. Over the 30, cutting past some tackles and gets brought down hard at the 16, 17-yard line by the edge outside linebacker Ben Lewis, but a decent gain on first down on the pitch play that the Bulldogs have gone to 3 times already in this first drive. They get 6 yards, and it's 2nd and 4 up to that Hudsonville 16-yard line. Ball moves to the left hash mark. 6:25 and less to go. Clock running down in the first quarter. But a good, long, consistent drive for Grandville. They'll take up over half of the clock by the time it's all said and done here. Sanders breaks him out for the 2nd and 4. Two tight end T again. Again, it's 2 high safeties, 3 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers. Snap and a turn is given on here on a second handoff to Pilzik. He got maybe the 15-yard line. He's trying to get over the right side of the line before Lewis, Buskell, and Moore spin him down, so maybe a yard there. We'll see the mark if they give him the 15-yard line, but not much going on that sleight of hand delayed handoff.
Yeah, they faked the dive that they've ran a couple times now with Osborne, trying to get the Eagles defense to collapse and then hit him around the edge with Pilzik, but that time the Eagles defensive line all over it, brought him down for no gain.
Mark stays the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. In between the hashes up to the Hudsonville 16-yard line. No score, 5.5 minutes to go. Sanders pitches it left side to Osborne. He's drugged down in the backfield at the 20-yard line. A loss of 4 yards. Matt Hoekstra busting through, making the tackle. And it'll be a 4th down, and it'll be decision time here for the Bulldogs.
Hoekstra all over them, immediately through the line of scrimmage. Tried to run the pitch with Osborne going to the left, but that was shut down immediately.
Hoekstra all over the place, probably 4 or 5 tackles already in this game, so it'll be back to a 4th and 7 for the Bulldogs. The mark will be the 19-yard line. We'll see the unit that the Bulldogs decide to go with right here. They'll bring Ethan Schultz back off the field, Luke DeHaan on after Schultz was in for that last play as a blocking tight end. Back to a 2 tight end tee. It's a 4th and 7 from the Hudsonville 19-yard line. We'll see if the Eagles defense can hold. Pilzik motioned out wide into the left slot. Snap to Sanders, rolls straight right to pass, and pressure coming, fires it left side, caught at 10-yard line. Gable at the 5, cuts around a defender, dives towards the end zone. Touchdown, Grandville. Braden Gable, you talked about in the pregame show. We figured we'd see him. And Gable on his first touch of the game, cuts around a defender and scores. The Bulldogs on the board first. 6-0 Grandville. 4:42 to go in the first.
Huge 4th down conversion there from the Bulldogs. They run the play action fake. Sanders rolling out to his right, then throws all the way back to the left where Gable had slipped along the sideline. Nice pitch and catch there, and then Gable able to fight into the end zone. He was very close to the goal line. Ultimately a touchdown and a big start for the Bulldogs.
And we have a bit of a meeting of officials. I want to see they're taking that score off the board, are they? They were talking at the goal line. Looks like it is going to be just short. So take the excitement away for a moment, and the score off the board. Braden Gable, it was very tight for sure. So it'll be 1st and goal at the inch-yard mark, inside the 1-yard line for the Bulldogs. We'll see if they can punch it in here with 4:40 to go. They start 2 tight end T as you'd expect. Pilzik, Albrecht, Osborne, the running back unit. Defense crowds way in, turning a give. Pilzik bullying his way into the end zone. That time they got it, no doubt. Touchdown, Cade Pilzik. His 17th on the ground and 18th on the season. And now it for sure is 6-0 Grandville.
Yeah, way to punch that one in for Pilzik. Able to get into the end zone after Gable brought down just short. Bulldogs now officially on the board.
That was a no-doubter. Got a great push up the right side. That big right side of that offensive line. Jackson Rader, Mike Medeo is helping get the push right there, and the Bulldogs will go for 2. They lead at 6-0 with 4:27 to go in the first, and they'll go 2 tight end T once again on the 2-point conversion attempt. Sanders crowds under center, snapping a turn, and they'll pitch it right side. Pilzik outside the numbers, diving down towards the goal line. He's cut down by Ben Lewis and company before he got there. So the 2-point conversion, no good, but Grandville does get the first points of the game on the board. It's 6-0 Grandville, 4:27 to go in the first. We'll be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
Earning a college degree means you don't have to go it alone.
We have 3 students at Cornerstone, and they all enjoy their interactions with the campus community, but most specifically with their professors.
At Cornerstone University, we are dedicated to your success.
They have found growth, they have found connection, and they have found community.
Start today by applying at cornerstone.edu. That's cornerstone.edu.
Welcome back to Grandville. 4:27 to go. A long first drive for the Bulldogs puts them on top to open things up as Grandville takes that 6-0 lead over Hudsonville, but maybe a big missed 2-point conversion try there. If the Hudsonville Eagles are able to find the end zone and convert here, they might give themselves the lead. Isaac Strock right to left. We'll get ready to boot this one away for the Bulldogs in just a moment, as the dangerous, very dangerous Dylan Ham, along with his offensive mate in Drew Bain, will be back to receive this opening kickoff. Bain stands to the right side. Strock, right arm in the air. See a White marches forward, right leg through the ball, and the Bulldogs get this game back underway. Low twisting kick taken by Bain outside the right numbers at the 6-yard line. He'll take it up past the 20, the 25-yard line, and gets spun and backs down to as far as the 29 before Trey Johnson takes him and forces him back 5 more yards at the end of the play. Braden McCoy there as well for the Bulldogs. So for the first time, we're going to see the spread attack for head coach Brent Sandy and the Hudsonville Eagles, led by their junior quarterback Trey Carr. Carr, 5'10", 180 pounds, and a guy with 14 touchdowns through the air. He's got 5 more on the ground as well. We mentioned Dylan Ham, Eli Vanderveen and company, such big options offensively for this squad. They'll open up out of a shotgun formation, 2 receiver set, with a wing back off the right side of the line and a tight end as well. So a little bit more power than they've been running so far throughout this year. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen, and they jump early. We'll see the whistle down. Amaris Bush jumped in on the play. We'll see if he was brought offside or did so on himself. It is against Amaris Bush and the Bulldogs, so 5 free yards to start the drive. It'll be 1st and 5 for Hudsonville, and they'll get to go past their own 30-yard line here.
Good call. Go the hard count there to start things off. After giving up a score on defense, just give your offense a little easier situation to start off with here in a 1st and 5.
Carl work from the gun. Bain, the tailback. The fullback is Busical. Here's a snap and a turn. Give on to Bain. Big hole. Past the 45 to the 50. 45-yard line. Down the right sideline. 30. 35, 20. Right side. Inside the 15. And he's tackled from behind. Inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Out of bounds by Carson Smith. A touchdown-saving tackle by Smith. But a whole bunch of room up the middle on that run. And Bain absolutely flies up the field. And it's an early 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Yeah, Bain made it through the line of scrimmage untouched. And it looked like he was going to be able to race down the sidelines and almost got out in front of himself a little bit.
Back to the 2 receiver set. Snap to Carr. Give to Bain. Right side. Stutter step over the 5. Driving down towards the end zone. Tackled near the end zone. Waiting for the signal. Looks like he's going to be marked down at the 1-yard line as well. Cable was just short. They'll say Bain was just short as well. It'll be 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line here for the Eagles, who are working very effectively so far on the ground.
Yeah, going very quick, not allowing the Bulldogs defense to see what they're up against and not giving them time to adjust to it.
This is a Hudsonville offense, I should say, that's averaging 31 points per game on their own, but they can be very explosive. They go back 2 receiver set from the shotgun. Wing back off the right side of the line, tight end off the right side of the line.
Play stop flag.
And it looks like they got the Bulldogs to jump early again. So another offside call against the Bulldogs. That's too early on. We're normally used to seeing things the other way around, but right now Hudsonville using the aggressive Bulldogs movement against them. 2nd and goal again inside the 1-yard line again. Snap to Carr, give to Bain, up the middle, diving down towards the end zone, touchdown Hudsonville. What an answer for the Eagles as they drive up the field. Drew Bain leading the way. He goes the entire distance on his own, and Hudsonville is tied it at 6. The extra point will give them their first lead of the game. 3:25 to go in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, an immediate response from the Eagles offense as they really opened up the run game. Huge run from Bain. All started after that offside penalty on the Bulldogs defense, really capitalizing off of that.
All right, Carter Hold and Emmanuel Dieffa will come on, looking to add the extra point. The senior that nearly won the game last year, the long field goal. Right leg through the ball. This is a high kick, and with a lot of velocity is right down the middle and good. So Hudsonville's got the lead, 7-6 Eagles. 3:25 to go. We'll be right back from Grandville and Bulldog Stadium.
Guess what? We're hiring at Culver's. That means if you're up for welcoming families with coworkers who feel like family, and you have a thing for fresh frozen custard, and for growing your career in a place you can be proud of, you're our kind of people. So join the Culver's team. Apply at culvers.jobs.
And welcome back to Grandville. When the weather turns colder, it's time for you to get your skate on. Terry Hall Roller Rink in Grandville offers Friday and Saturday night skating sessions with options for all ages. And watch for their Saturday and Sunday afternoon sessions, which begin in October. Weekend fun for the entire family. Visit terryhall.com for all the details. All skate, everybody skate. 3:25 to go, 1st quarter. Hudsonville's got the lead, 7-6, as both teams in very different fashion marched down the field and scored on the first drives. A long, pragmatic drive for the Bulldogs, and then a quick 3-play, quick march up the field, all on the legs of the junior running back Drew Bain for Hudsonville, as Bain was able to find the end zone for the 10th time this season on that last drive. It was Cade Pilzik's 17th rushing TD of the season that helped put the Bulldogs on the board first. So left to right, Dieffa, who just added the extra point, will look to send this one away again. Cade Pilzik, who had that touchdown, stands inside his own 3-yard line return. Left to right, Dieffa strides forward, right leg through the ball, low driving kick, bounces down at the 8-yard line, and that one will just find a way into the corner of the end zone. It was angling towards the out-of-bounds marker. Took a good bounce for Hudsonville, gets into the end zone in the corner of that right, or the left front corner of the end zone. So it will be a touchback, and the Bulldog offense will start at their own 20-yard line, 3:25 to go, first quarter, 7-6 Hudsonville. And now Coach Siegel and his offense are going to have to find a big answer right here after the way that Hudsonville marched down the field and maybe give defensive coordinator KJ Landis some time to settle things down on the defensive front.
Yeah, definitely some adjustments going to need to be made after a methodical first drive. And opposite ends of the spectrum, the Bulldogs offense marching down the field. Fourth down conversion to get in the end zone. The Eagles just right down the field.
Two tight end T for Ian Sanders and company as they'll start things out. Snap and a turn. Sanders on to Osborne. Two hands on the ball. Now he drives over the 25 and is tugged down from behind at the 28 or 29-yard line. Good tackle made by Brad Reardon to bring him down, but it'll be third and short based on the mark. The mark will be the 28-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs after a good hard run from Dominic Osborne to open up this drive for the Bulldogs. Grandville in the all-white to the maroon helmet. It's a blue jersey, white pants, white helmet for Hudsonville this evening. And the Eagles, of course, that early 7-6 lead here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. We're under 3 minutes to go, the clock running down in the first quarter. Two tight end team for the Bulldogs. Snap to Sanders and a give on to Pilzik right side. He's cut down in the backfield. Nowhere at all to go there as he tried to turn the corner. Dylan Merveau, the nose guard, had the play made. Maybe a loss of one, or maybe they'll give him back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe let me try that one more time. They'll give him 1 yard diving ahead on the forward progress. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs up to their own 29-yard line, so a good chance to convert here. Braden Gable will come on the field at tight end for the Bulldogs here. So they don't bring out Schultz, the power tight end. They will bring out Braden Gable instead, as he will replace Luke DeHaan. 3rd and 1 for Grandville, 29-yard line. They trail 7-6. With about 2:10 to go. Clock running down in the first quarter. Ian Sanders, the senior quarterback, goes under center. Had 2 touchdowns a week ago. Here's a turn with some pressure coming. Give on to Osborne, chugging down towards the 30. He's cut down in the backfield, but extends the ball, gets the 31, gets the first down. That was a really impressive run, even though it was only 2 yards for Dominic Osborne.
Yeah, he had to avoid Matt Hookstra again, who shot through the line of scrimmage. Yeah, the snap count absolutely timed up for the Bulldogs. He almost hit Ian Sanders on the handoff, but Osborne able to slip through and get the first down.
So 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line, left hash mark. Bulldog offense working a little bit quickly here. They trail 7-6, under 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Sanders quick went to the hard count, now goes back to Coach Stiegel for a new call. He'll relay it to each of his running backs. Cade Pilzik, Mason Albrecht, Dominic Osborne, who just picked up that first down. Now relays the message to his line. Here's the snap to Sanders. Give on to Osborne. 2 hands on the ball, and he's just brought down at the 35-yard line. His feet gets taken out from under him. So 4 yards on first down for Osborne. And the stocky running back from the right side of the line running very impressively early on right now for the Bulldogs. He's brought that power element to this running back group, and he really has been a key so far.
Yeah, he's been the more effective runner of he and Pilzik so far. 36 rushing yards for Osborne, even though Pilzik got the touchdown early on.
2nd and 6 from their own 35 for the Bulldogs. Left hash mark. Under a minute to go in the first quarter in a 7-6 Hudsonville lead. Initial handoff up the middle to Damian Merrick, who's on the field. Merrick runs over the 50, the 45, 40, up the middle of the field. One man to beat, just got his feet almost taken out the 25. Inside the 10-yard line, diving down towards the end zone. They'll call him down inside the 1 again. What a run, Damian Merrick. We have not seen too much of him, but on senior night, Merrick comes in to the fullback position, whole bunch of speed up the middle, and gets the Bulldogs a 1st and goal.
So impressive immediately through the line of scrimmage. That was the biggest hole the Bulldogs have had all night long, and he had room to run. Looked like he was going to maybe just get into the end zone, chase down from behind, and the Bulldogs going to have to punch it in here from the inch line once again.
Very impressive to see Merritt come out there here, placed in that fullback unit. Under center will go Ian Sanders. 2 tight end T, 1st and goal. Turn, give to Osborne, jumps over the line, into the end zone. Touchdown, Grandville. And the Bulldogs go back on top 12-7 with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. So the Bulldogs answer with an explosive drive of their own right here, and they take the lead back.
Yeah, looking like we might have a shootout here tonight, the way these two defenses are playing right now and the way the both offenses are playing, really. Bulldogs here, another opportunity, though. Didn't capitalize on the 2-point conversion early on. The way this one's going, I think they're going to need some of these 2-point conversions, so a big one right here.
All right, Bulldogs break it out. Again, Merrick remains in the middle of Pilzik and Osborne in the backfield, as this is, as Jim said, a big 2-point conversion drive. Osborne motioned out into the right slot. He'll be watched by Vanderveen defensively. Here's a snap, a turn, fake handoff, fired back left side by Sanders. Leaping grab made by Braden Gable. Gets the feet down. What a grab by the Bulldogs. Lanky tight end. The 2-point conversion is good, and the Bulldogs take a 7-point lead. 14-7 Grandville. 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
Families and communities across Michigan gear up for an historic back-to-school season. Dean Transportation is looking for compassionate people to join their dedicated team of school bus drivers. They offer competitive wages and paid training, quality benefits, flexible schedules, and most of all, endless opportunities to make a difference. Apply today at deanjobs.com to join this critical effort to help students return to learn this fall. deanjobs.com.
Welcome back to Grandville. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you, and the Bulldogs back on top, 14-7 with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Isaac Strock right to left has the ball on the tee for the Bulldogs. He'll get ready to boot this one away to Dylan Hammond. Drew Bain in just a moment. Drew Bain, the offensive star of the first drive, is on 3 plays. He went all on his own, nearly 80 yards down the field from running back and did most of it on 1 play. As Hudsonville quickly put their first 7 points of the game up on the board, Grandville has answered, as Chandler mentioned a moment ago. Feels like we got a shootout brewing here tonight. The lights are on. It's darkness around Bulldog Stadium. We had some rain before the game, but that's moved out. The field's still a little wet, but turned to a little bit cold, but a beautiful night for football on the whole. Isaac Strock has that ball now set on the tee with his kicking unit around him. Number 15 White strides forward. Right leg through the ball. Short twisting kick goes inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, where some issues for Bain. Loses the ball. Ball knocked free. Granville's on it. Atwood runs in at the 15-yard line. The loose football bobbling around, and the Bulldogs get it. A big mistake from Drew Bain. He was the hero of the first drive. Now Noah Atwood off after a big hit. I think that was thrown by Aiden Dorn in the first place. Lands on the football. Grandville will start inside the red zone with 13 seconds to go in the first. What a change of events.
Yeah, absolutely huge after a great first drive from Bain. Just bobbled the catch that time. Had time to recover, but looked like he panicked just a little bit. And it was either Dorn or Alex Pepin might have been in there and delivered a hit that prevented Bain from recovering, and then Atwood able to jump on top of it and give the Bulldogs another huge opportunity.
All right, Grandville from the 17-yard line go 2 tight end T. Sanders marks the unit out. 3 down linemen for the Eagles. 2 high safeties. Turn, give. Osborne up the middle, driving down past the 10, and he pushes a pile maybe as far as the 9-yard line. A good gain on first down, another powerful run from Dominic Osborne there. Under 2 seconds to go, the clock will run down. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and a big change of events at the very end of the first quarter. Grandville already a 14-7 lead. They've got a chance to punch it in and take a 2-score lead. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
For almost 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. These projects set the foundation for where we are today. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com. Again, that's earhartcc.com.
Looking for fresh food, variety, and great deals? Shop your local Family Fare supermarket and sign up for our Yes Rewards program for everyday savings, exclusive digital coupons, rewards, and other special perks. Plus, you can use your Yes account to shop online with the Fast Lane, our new online grocery shopping service. Just order online, select pickup, and we'll do all your shopping for you. It's that easy. To learn more about shopping with Yes at Family Fare, visit shopfamilyfare.com.
All right, welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, fresh 12 minutes on the board as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. Grandville a 2nd and 4 up to the Hudsonville 11-yard line as they look to expand on this 14-7 lead. Ian Sanders under center, 2 tight end T. Merrick remains in at fullback. It's a give to Merrick up the middle, driving over the 5-yard line, gets as far as the 3 before he is cut down by Griffin Reese and company for Hudsonville. But Merrick, the senior, we haven't seen him run the ball really at all this year, but man, he's been impressive at fullback.
Yeah, really out of nowhere. It came in and it really impacted this game early on. 64-yard rush on his first carry. That time, 6 strong yards to give him the ball on the 5-yard line here and a chance to extend the lead.
That did move the chains, and it is 1st and goal for Grandville from the 5-yard line. 11:34 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs lead at 14-7, and they are threatening again here after that fumble on the kickoff. Here's Sanders, some pressure coming, turns and gives on to Pilzik, jumps over the line, driving down, he'll get as far as the 2-yard line before he's shot straight backwards. We talked about that big secondary. They help all together really bring him down. Matt Hookstrud, a very impressive linebacker, in on the tackle as well. There's a big group. Gain of 3, the mark will be the 2-yard line, so it's 2nd and goal from the 2 as the Bulldogs keep closing in on the goal line here. The defense will crowd in. Braden Gable is out there right now as a receiving tight end to the right side of the line. Noah Atwood is on the left side. 2 tight end T. Pilzik, Merrick, Osborne. Turn from Sanders, fake give, bootleg right to pass, fires to the end zone, caught Braden Gable. This time it's a no-doubter. Touchdown Grandville. What a game for Braden Gable, and the Bulldogs lead it 20-7.
Yeah, great play design close to the goal line like that. Not a lot of room to work, but able to get Braden Gable on the play-action fake. He fakes block on the inside and then just rolls out to the flat on the right side. Just enough separation from the linebacker where Sanders could float it in there.
Not to toot our own horn too much, but I don't think there's anyone talking about Braden Gable as much as we were both on the show and this week in the pregame show. And my goodness, the senior on senior night has been so impressive for the Bulldogs. They lead at 20-7, 10:46 to go. Isaac Strock momentarily was running on the field, but the Bulldogs will go for 2 here. They've got all the momentum in the world, and they're looking to stretch this lead even more. Trey Johnson comes in as a power back to the right side of the unit, and he will motion out wide into the right slot. 2-point conversion try. Straight right to pass. Sanders fires the end zone. Caught Braden Gable. Who else again? Gable is wide open. He makes an easy grab. It's 22-7 Grandville. A lot of miscommunication there from the Hudsonville defense. And the Bulldogs have a 2-score plus lead. 10:46 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
At Ferris State University, we're here to get you there with programs crafted to get you ready to meet the demands of the job market today and tomorrow. Want to learn more? Go to ferris.edu/now to see if you might qualify for free tuition through the Ferris Launch Initiative and complete your free online application today. We're here to help you build more than a class schedule. We're here to help you build a career. Go to ferris.edu/now because your future is forward. Ferris Forward.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports, located on Main Street in Jenison, is your source for quality family sports-related chiropractic care. Dr. BJ Sketedy and his father Don have moved to a new location on the corner of Baldwin and Main Street, and they offer over 50 years of experience in family and athletic care. Meet the family; they are really great. They can help with your sports. Dr. BJ and his wife Jenny have been the lead sports physician for Team USA at the Speed Skating World Championships. So a very impressive group. You can visit them online at www.wmchiropractic.com for more details. 10:46 to go, first quarter. 22-7 Grandville. Strock marches forward, left to right, ball in the air, and they kick it down towards Drew Bain again. He'll take it inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Angle over the 20, and he'll get cut down and spun down from the 21-yard line. There's Griffin Reese out there as well with him returning that kick. It was Bain again, as the Bulldogs have sent it his way every time so far, and I think they're going to keep doing it after the fumble on the last time. So here comes Hudsonville from their own 21, and my goodness, they were about to get the ball back, absolutely moving offensively down just a score. Now they're down 22-7.
Yeah, a little more pressure on the offense now, even though they capitalized their only time on the field. Now the Bulldogs defense going to have to respond.
Trey Carr, the junior quarterback, will work from the shotgun once again. 2 receiver set, wing back and a tight end out there to the right side of the line. The tailback is, of course, Drew Bain. Bulldogs bring 3 down linemen as Carr changes things up a little bit, and the junior steps back into the shotgun. Buskill, the wing back to the right side of the line, to give to Bain up the middle. Stutter steps right into a pile. Nowhere to go. Maybe he'll give it a yard, but that time Grandville, Amaris, Bush, and company closing on the inside, and they make a good stop on first down.
And now that the Eagles have forced the Bulldogs to respect the run a little bit, now is when I think you start to see them throw the ball around a little bit more. Now that defense has to play a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they're able to get the ball to the outside.
They go back 2 receiver set, putting both the receivers to the left side of the line. In between the hashes, it's a 2nd and 9 from their own 22-yard line for the Eagles. Trey Carr works from the shotgun again, relays a new message in from the sideline. Bulldogs bring 3 down linemen. They stand an edge rusher. Waist high snap. Carr back to pass. Fires left side. Caught at the 28-yard line by Vanderveen, and he's tugged down past the 30-31. Carson Smith, Braden Gable, the tackle at the legs of Vanderveen, and the lanky receiver able to move the chains there as we do see them go to the air for the first time. They move the chains, a nice little throw into the flat. They'll give him the 31-yard line, and Eagles will work quickly. Again, it's back to that 2 receiver set. Vanderveen out wide. It's Ham in the slot. Wing back and tight end to the left side of the line. Drew Bain, the tailback, offset to the right hip. 4 down linemen for the Bulldogs. High snap, settle down, given on to Bain. Big hole up the middle over the 39-yard line, spinning away from the initial defender and cut down by Luke DeHaan at the 43-yard line. So a good carry on first down for Bain. Defensive coordinator KJ Landis not thrilled with that last play. They move the chains once again on first down there. So 1st and 10, mark up to the 43-yard line. Back to that 2 receiver shotgun power set. Carr, hands high. High snap, gave it on to Bain up the middle, angles up. Ethan Schultz got the first piece of him, and he'll dive ahead to the 44-yard line for a gain of 1 as Grandville able to engulf him on the inside there. Trey Johnson at the bottom of the tackling pile. So Grandville some issues on that last play, but all in all, a little bit better job slowing the Bain run game up the middle so far.
Able to get some movement along that defensive line. Nice job on the middle of that defense, able to shift off from the block and bring him down for a yard gain.
Again, 2 receiver shotgun, power, spread set, give to Bain, angles over the left side, bouncing off defenders ahead to the 50 and driving down into Grandville territory where a tackling pile of 4 Bulldogs bring him down at the 48-yard line. It'll be right around the line to gain. We'll see what the mark is here. Amaris Bush at the bottom of the tackling pile for the Bulldogs. It's going to be just short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 up to the 48-yard line. So they'll have to go for it here on 3rd down and look to convert. Trey Carr from the shotgun again. 2 receiver set. Both to the right side. Give to Bain up the middle, and he's brought down to the backfield. Trey Johnson busts through to make the big stop. It'll be 4th down. And we will see what the decision is. You very likely will expect Hudsonville to go for it here.
The situation in the game down 2 scores really have to go for it here. Nice play by Trey Johnson, though, able to bring that one down for a loss.
Bulldogs bring Jackson Buckler, the big left tackle, out to help on the defensive side of the ball here. 2 receivers set again. Both to the right side. It's 4th and 3 right at midfield, the 50-yard line here for the Eagles. Wingback tight end to the left side of the line. Trey Carr, the junior quarterback, steps back into the shotgun. 4-down lineman for the Bulldogs. Big 4th down play. Low snap, fake handoff, back to pass. Carr winds up, fires deep down the right side, looking for Vanderveen, overthrown, and penalty markers come down at the 20-yard line. They're going to say it looks like Braden Gable interfered with them down the field, so that will be a big missed opportunity for the Bulldogs defense as Hudsonville will move the chains on a defensive pass interference call against Braden Gable.
Yeah, it looked like Gable had a hand on the chest of Vanderveen and was likely holding there. They're going to get the pass interference call on the 1st down, but forcing the Eagles to take a shot. I don't think that's the play they want on 4th down like that. I don't think they're looking to throw the ball that far, but Jackson Buckler there really clogging up the middle of that defense, forced them to have to throw the ball.
And that maybe remains one of the, or if not the matchup to watch. A big defensive back in Braden Gable, a big receiver in Vanderveen, both around 6'4" or so, going head-to-head out there. So Hudsonville will get the 35-yard line after the penalty into Grandville territory. They'll get a 1st and 10. There's 7:32 to go in the first quarter. It's 22-7 Grandville, and Trey Carr will work from the shotgun. 2 receivers set, both to the right side. Reardon comes out there, and he'll go in motion right to left. They will give it to Reardon on the end around, looking to cut it up at the 35, and he is knocked down right away as a whole bunch of tackling pressure came on. Ethan Schultz there on the tackle to help lead it initially for the Bulldogs. Drew Hungerford also comes in from safety to help make the play. Less than 7:20 to go first quarter. 2nd down and 9. They'll give him 1 yard up to, actually it will be 2nd and 10 from the 30. We'll reset one more time. 2nd and 9 from the 35-yard line. It will actually be the mark. 7:02 to go first quarter. 22-7. Carr from the gun again. 2 receivers set. Give to Bain. Angles up the right side. Luke DeHaan moves over for the tackle, but he dives inside the 30 and able to push down to around the 23, 22-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd and short here for the Eagles. Good tackle made by DeHaan, leaping over to help make it, but a good job by Bain at the same time to dive forward, get some extra yardage. It'll be 3rd and 2 up to the Grandville 27-yard line. 6:36 to go first quarter. It's 22-7 Grandville. Trey Carr, the junior, steps back into the shotgun. 2 receivers right, no out wide to the left side, a wingback and a tight end are to the left side of the line as the unit now all looks back towards the Hudsonville sideline for a new call coming in. Bulldogs will counter with 4-down linemen here. Tailback is Bain. High snap, settle down, give to Bain, angles right side, cuts it up, he's got the 1st down, able to dance off one more tackler before Aiden Doran cuts him down at the 20. That moves the chains again for Hudsonville as they keep this drive rolling. Under 6:05 to go first half. 22-7 Grandville, and a much different drive here for the Eagles. They are more slowly moving the ball up the field this time, and they've been very run-heavy.
Yeah, Bain's shown some nice patience that time, getting through the middle of the line of scrimmage and able to make a couple guys miss. Again, move the chains for the Eagles.
Reardon, Ham, the receivers out there. Moulter and Buskell are the tight end and the wingback. 2 receivers set from the gun. It'll be Trey Carr working here. 3-down lineman. Here's a snap, throws it in the left flat, caught by Bain. Angles over the 20, and he's spun down at the 13-yard line from behind. Trey Johnson stands over top of him, and the initial tackle was made by Ethan Shaw, or by Drew Hungerford, I should say, as he came over to make that play. So gain of 6 on 1st down up to the 13-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. We tick under 5:20 to go in the first half. Grandville leads at 22-7. That'll be an interesting decision point as well coming up for the Eagles staff, as they may have to make a decision to go for 2 at some point in time here. Again, 2 receivers set from the shotgun. Defend that same formation every single time from the left hashes. Here's a snap and a give on to Bain. Angles up the middle, got away from Amaris Bush, and he's eventually brought down from behind by DJ Arnold and company inside the 5-yard line. That'll move the chains, and it'll be a 1st and goal for the Eagles. And again, Jackson Buckler comes out there on defense. We have not seen that too much this year. It'll be the big guy, Buckler, coming in to play off the right side of the defensive line here. Back to the shotgun for Carr. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line will be the mark. 4:43 and less to go. First half, 22-7 Grandville over Hudsonville. Eagles working here. Carr from the gun. Bulldogs looking to show some pressure, and they jumped early. The 3rd offsides call against the Bulldogs defense so far in this one, and they'll give up some free yardage, and big free yardage, as it will now be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line, or sorry, half distance to the goal for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think they got Buckler that time in there trying to make his impact on the defensive side, got him a little aggressive. Going to make this an easier conversion here, or an easier situation for the Eagles.
1st and goal from the 3. Ball in between the hashes. 2 receivers right. Tailback to the left hip of Carr from the gun. Here's a snap to Carr. Pitches it left side to Bain. Over the 5, diving down towards the goal line. He got it. Touchdown, Hudsonville. Wait, maybe not. I thought he had gotten that left foot into the end zone. Looks like they'll say the stop was actually just made. So let me take that off the board. It'll be 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. It looked to me at first that Bain may have gotten that left foot in, but instead the Bulldogs able to come with a big stop. Aiden Dorn and company there, and Granville is able to hold for one more play. Carr looks to the sideline for this new call. 3:55 to go and less in the first half. It's 22-7 Grandville. 2 receivers right. Carr stands, the 5'10 junior quarterback in the shotgun. Bulldogs showing a lot of pressure right here. Taking their time, couple of fake calls come in. Now here's the snap. Carr, he'll take it himself, trying to run, pushing the pile down towards the goal line, and he's just short. They hold. They draw the quarterback right up the middle. The big boys inside for the Bulldogs help shut him down. We talked about Jackson Buckler coming out there. We saw Carlos Alvarado, the linebacker, come in to help, and the Bulldogs hold one more time. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line, and another play goes by for Hudsonville as they try to punch it in again. 3:11 to go in the first half. 22-7 Grandville. Carr will work from the shotgun. Bain offset to his right hip. Ham, Reardon are out there as receivers. Bulldogs crowding in defensively. Ham goes in motion. They'll fake it to him on the end round. Give it to Bain. Dives in the end zone. That time a no-doubter. Hudsonville's in, and the Eagles are back on the board. It's 22-13 with 2:57 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, on 2nd down, they tried just power football with the quarterback. Couldn't get in that. Then on 3rd down, able to use a man in motion. Just gets the defense thinking possible. Jet sweep that time, and just enough for Bain to get into the end zone.
They will go for the XP. Drew Bain's 2nd rushing touchdown of the year, and that's the 11th time on the 2021 campaign the junior has found pay dirt. So the Eagles will look to add the extra point here. Snap down, kick up for Dieppe. Kind of a tumbler. That one right down the middle, and good. 22-14, Grandville leading Hudsonville. 2:57 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame honors prominent West Michigan athletes. As part of their mission, the Hall of Fame presents annual events in support of West Michigan athletics and raises funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Events scheduled in 2021 include the Class of 2021 induction ceremony on Tuesday, September 28th, and the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame College Basketball Classic on Thanksgiving weekend. Go to grshof.com for all the information.
Welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 2:57 to go, second quarter. Grandville leads Hudsonville 22-14 after Drew Bain finds the end zone for the second time in this game for the Eagles, and Grandville will get ready to receive this ball. Emmanuel Dieppe, who just added the extra point, will look to send this one away from right to left as Cade Pilzik stands inside his own 5-yard line to return this one for the Bulldogs. And a big opportunity here for the Bulldogs. Just 3 minutes on the clock, so they'll have to work somewhat quickly up the field, but they can try to take a 2-score lead into the halftime break. Dieppe marches forward, right leg through the ball. This is a twisting, angling kick outside or to the right numbers, caught at the 5-yard line by Pilzik. He'll run it up the right hashes at the 20, up the middle of the field, the 25, runs into a tackling pile. He'll get the 26 or the 27. Okay, field position as the Grandville offense comes back on the field again. They have not been stopped so far, 3 for 3 on the game, and that 22-14 lead.
First and 10 with 2:51 left.
The Bulldogs going to have an opportunity to try to add their lead here. Going to have to move a little bit quicker than their normal pace if they're going to try to put some points on the board here.
Mark will be the 26-yard line. First and 10, and here comes the Bulldog unit led by senior quarterback Ian Sanders to tight end T. Braden Gable does remain out there to the right side of the line as a tight end. Merrick is in at fullback. Osborne Pilzik also there in the backfield. Turn and a give to Osborne over left guard. Spins away from the initial tackle and lowers the head down to around the 29-yard line for a gain of 3 yards on first down before the inside of the Hudsonville defense helps shut him down. Ben Lewis, the outside linebacker, part of the tackling crusade. Mark will drive down as far as the 30-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 4 and a 2nd and 6 here for the Bulldogs as Sanders is in from the sideline of the call. Clock ticks under 2.5 to go in the second quarter. 22-14 Grandville. As Coach Stiegel's unit looking to march down the field one more time to end this half. 3 down linemen, 2 high safeties to counter a 2 tight end T. Snap to Sanders. He'll pitch it right side to Pilzik. Sanders out there running as a lead blocker over the 30. 35-yard line. Pilzik lowers the head and gets knocked out of bounds up around the first down marker. And he will just get enough. And Grandville will move the chains up around the 38-yard line. Good run there by Pilzik. We talked to Coach Stiegel. He mentioned getting Ian Sanders out there as a lead blocker. He helped show the way right there on the pitch play. And Pilzik moved the chains up to the 38 for the Bulldogs. Under 2:05 to go.
Yeah, Sanders able to get just enough of the defensive back on the outside to where Pilzik could get free.
Precisely 2:07 on the clock. Will be under 2:05 after this play. 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs. First and 10 from their own 37. They lead by 8. Initial give up the middle to Merrick, and he'll drive into a pile to the 42-yard line before Devin Merveau, the nose guard, the junior, brings him down. So decent gain on first down from Merrick, the senior, who's been all over the place as a running back. We have not seen him that much this year running the football, especially with the top unit, but the speedster's been very impressive for the Bulldogs as they continue to shuffle around that fullback look. 2nd and 3 up to the 43-yard line for the Bulldogs here. Snap to Sanders, give to Osborne, left side over the 45, driving down, got the first down to the 49-yard line before the tackle was made there by Cade Buskell. So Grandville moves the chains, but there's under a minute 36 to go. Both teams have all of their timeouts remaining, so keep that in mind for the Bulldogs as they've got the ball right up to midfield at the 50-yard line for this next snap. Ball is in between the hashes, back to a 2 tight end T. And again, it is Atwood to the left and Gable to the right as the tight ends. Pressure coming. Bootleg right to pass for Sanders. Fires off his back foot. Caught by Atwood, and he'll drive down to the 42-yard line, just short of the first down before the tackle was made by Vanderveen and Hoekstra. So we see Atwood brought into the pass game for the first time on a nice little rollout. And my goodness, the pass game continues to be one of the most effective we've ever seen for Grandville so far tonight.
A nice job by Atwood, able to sit down there on the zone and find an open spot.
2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs, up to the 42-yard line. Give up the middle to Merritt, keeps the feet churning, got the first down, and dives down to the 36-yard line before Buskell makes the tackle. So Merritt was stopped up around the line of scrimmage, charged forward, 50 seconds to go. Coach Stiegel going to use one of those timeouts. It's 22-14 Grandville. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
Choosing the right orthodontist can mean the difference between an average patient experience and one that is truly exceptional. Hines Orthodontics serves the West Michigan area with locations in Rockford and Kentwood. As a patient of Dr. Hines, you can be confident that you have chosen an orthodontist with the skill, expertise, and commitment to make your smile his top priority. Dr. Hines and his team are dedicated to providing the most efficient and effective treatment using the finest technologies available in orthodontics. Check them out online at HinesOrthodontics.com or on Facebook and Instagram. Metro.
And welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. It is game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Grandville leading Hudsonville 22-14, and the Bulldogs have got the ball 1st and 10 up to the Hudsonville 36-yard line. Very effective offensive work by the Bulldogs so far. Neither team has been stopped in this game, minus a fumble off a kickoff for Hudsonville that gave the ball back to the Bulldogs. They took a 2-score lead off of that. They'll look to regain that 2-score lead before the half. Ian Sanders goes under center, turns and fakes a handoff. Drops a pass, fires over the middle, caught by Trey Johnson over the 20, down to the 16-yard line before the tackle was made by Peter Smith. First down, Grandville. The Bulldogs getting a whole bunch of new names out there. Trey Johnson, the big grab for the Bulldogs, and they're into the red zone with 44 seconds on the clock, and they're working quickly. 2 tight end T. Snap to Sanders is given up the middle here to Merrick, and he'll drive, or Johnson I should say, and he'll drive it past the 10 to the 8-yard line. Good gain of 6 yards on first down there for Trey Johnson. So Johnson comes in, gets a catch, gets a run, and he's looking effective for the Bulldogs offense.
Yeah, again, contributions all over the place for this Bulldogs offense. Another timeout
Coach Deagle uses another timeout. 35 seconds on the clock in the first half. It's 22-14 Grandville. Roll with Kroll and stay cozy this fall. Call Kroll Furnace for all of your heating and cooling needs. Furnace tune-ups are just $95. Choose Kroll Furnace for top-notch American-made products like a man. See more online at KrollFurnace.com. Are you ready to enjoy your career? Royal Technologies is hiring assemblers, operators, material handlers, and supervisors. No matter what your talent is, there's room for you to learn and grow. Plenty of benefits, paid time off, insurance after 30 days, and more. Go online to GoToRoyal.com and apply today at Royal Technologies. 35 seconds on the clock, first half, 22-14 Grandville. The Bulldogs moving quickly down the field. They have burned 2 of their 3 timeouts now in this half, and they have a 2nd and 2 from the Hudsonville 9-yard line coming up. It's been a varied look for the Bulldogs all day long. Damian Merrick right now in the middle of Osborne and Pilzik, as Braden Gable splits out wide as a tight end into the right slot. Both tight ends are to the right side of the line. Here's a turn, going right side, a handoff onto Pilzik. Big hole, over the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown Grandville, a burst of speed. Pilzik cutting through defenders and slicing his way into the end zone. And it's 28-14 Grandville with 30 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Bulldogs offense can't do any wrong in this first half. They continue to march down the field. That time had to use a couple timeouts, but just very calm, cool, collective down the field, using their timeouts, punching it in, leaving 30 seconds on the clock.
All right, Ian Sanders and company come out, and the Bulldogs will go for 2. 2 tight end T. Defense crowds way in for the Eagles. Showing a whole bunch of pressure here, and Sanders will look back to the sideline now, and Coach Deagle will burn that final timeout as they want to talk about things before they go for 2 here. 28-14 Grandville.
Third and final charge.
Lucas Smith, 5-star real estate Lakeshore, committed to serving Zeeland and all of West Michigan with responsive and relational real estate services. And Lucas has experience from living and working in the community for over 20 years and therefore has a strong pulse on the current housing environment. Buying or selling can be very stressful, especially in this current real estate environment, so it's his goal to make the process as smooth as possible. Call 886-8124 because Lucas would love to meet with you and discuss your next home. Great things come from Jets. Detroit style is one of them. Shaped by the steel pans, inspired by the Motor City, and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. Jets is Detroit-style pizza. Want Detroit-style proof? Get their large, perfectly paired pepperoni pizza with bold and traditional pepperoni for just $12.99. You can visit the Jets location on Baldwin Street in Jenison. Grandville will go for 2, back to a 2 tight end T in a 28-14 lead. Sanders turns, gave it on right side to Pilzik, bouncing it outside, finds the spacing, gets into the right corner of the end zone for another 2-point conversion. It's 30-14 Grandville with 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
Halloween is right around the corner. Is the costume you used for Junior last year in need of some repair? Maybe your machine needs a little bit of TLC. Lakeshore Sewing can help you with new machines, sewing furniture, and even repairs for your more experienced machines. Interested in sewing but not sure you can do it? They've got classes on everything you can think of related to needles and thread. Visit lakeshoresewing.com for more details. That's lakeshoresewing.com.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Welcome back to Grandville. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. It is game night on Michigan Sports Radio. It is 30-14 Grandville over Hudsonville in the big battle of 4 and 3 teams. The Bulldogs have once again pulled ahead by a couple of scores. We will see what the Eagles can get done here, as they certainly would like to try to find a way to answer with some amount of points here. Isaac Strock, left to right, will stride forward, right leg through the ball, and a driving kick will find its way down at the 6-yard line. Just a quick step back for Drew Bain. He'll take it over the 15-yard line. He doesn't have anywhere to go, but he turns it to the left side, nearly gets outside the numbers, and gets drugged down at the 21-yard line by Drew Hungerford. Hungerford ranging out there, hunts them down, spins them down, and Grandville will pin Hudsonville back at their own 21-yard line.
A big tackle from Hungerford, able to reach out and grab the sleeve and bring him down that time, and prevented the Eagles from having some better field position and have a better spot to try and attack here. Put some points on the board now, forced to start at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, gave him an extra yard. It will be the 20-yard line here on the mark, and for the first time this game, we will see the Eagles work out of a 3-receiver set. But on the left hash mark, it's trips to the right side. Check that. Make it a 4-receiver set as they go trips right, single man out wide to the left side. So sproutedly, as we've seen them work all game long. Chest high snap to Carr, rolls straight right, looking to pass, has some time, fires, caught at the third. No, it's in and out of the hands of Eli Vanderveen at the 31-yard line. He maybe heard some footsteps from who else but Drew Hungerford right there, who's been a menace out there on the field. And Vanderveen unable to hang on. That one will be 2nd and 10, again from their own 20-yard line for the Eagles. 19 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that ball slightly underthrown, but Vanderveen able to get his hands on it. Looked like he was trying to turn it upfield and then bobbled it a second time.
4 receiver set again. Trips right. It is Raridan isolated to the left here. Bain the tailback. Carr will work from the shotgun. Bulldogs bring 3 down linemen here. And 1 very high safety in the form of Braden Gable. Carr taking his time getting this play in. 3 timeouts remain for the Eagles. They trail 30-14, start at their own 20. Low snap, held down by Carr. Back to pass, fires right side. Grab is made at the 28-yard line. Twisting ahead over the 30 by Gage Robertson. And the junior drives down for the first down up to the 32-yard line before Luke DeHaan came in for the tackle. So just enough to move the chains. 11 seconds on the clock in Hudsonville. And Coach Sandy are forced to call a timeout. 30-14 Grandville. We'll be right back here late in the second quarter from Bulldog Stadium.
Weston Brook Mower has served the Holland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenison and Holland. We carry lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, snow blowers, log splitters, generators, chainsaws, tillers, power washers, and much more. From your favorite brands of Toro, Aaron, Still, and Echo. Plus, we have a full service department to get your injured equipment back in the game. Check us out at westonbrookmower.com. Since 1932, Weller Auto Parts has been providing quality recycled, new, surplus, and remanufactured auto and light truck parts to the repair industry and to do-it-yourselfers. Weller provides exceptional service and a knowledge base second to none to ensure the right parts get delivered on time. Give them a call at 538-5000 or check out what they have at wellerauto.com.
Welcome back here to Grandville. 11 seconds on the clock, 1st and 10 from their own 31, and the Eagles will spread it out again as they trail 30-14. From the right hash mark, they go trips left. 4 receivers set. Trey Carr, the junior, will work from the gun. 3 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Low snap. He'll settle it down at the knees. Back to pass. Pressure coming from Schultz. Dumps it off over the middle, and a diving grab, I think, is made by Robertson. Somehow gets a piece of it at the 42-yard line, and a timeout called with 5 seconds on the clock. Or actually, no timeout called. They're rushing up to the line. Now Coach Sandy will use that timeout, so Hudsonville burns their second timeout. They got 5 seconds, and a long ways to go here as they still have to go 55 yards, I should say, on this next play as they're up to the 45 on the mark. We'll be right back again from Grandville.
There's one in your neighborhood, J&H Family Stores.
This October, help support Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence with the purchase of select Hershey bars. Break the Silence provides community resources and services to victims, survivors, and families affected by domestic violence. J&H Family Stores, fueling West Michigan since 1969.
J&H Family Stores.
Welcome back to Grandville. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. 5 seconds on the clock. Second quarter, 30-14 Grandville. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, but they're at their own 45-yard line. This is a team that, on their final play of the half against East Kentwood, sounds like went hook and lateral all the way down the field. That was about a 40-yard touchdown, but Trey Carr will work from the shotgun again here. 3 receiver set, ball in between the hash marks with trips to the left. 1 timeout remains for Hudsonville, but only 5 seconds here. They're down 30-14, and they are at their own 45. Bulldogs with 3 high defensive backs out there from their own 40 and even deeper back here. Carr will work from the shotgun, taking his time to get this play in. Hands are high, low snap, held down here by Carr. Some pressure coming, runs to the right side, got a good block over the 40. Carr winds up, fires deep down the right side. It is caught by Robertson at the 10, and Carson Smith brings him down at the 8-yard line. That'll end the half, but nearly the Hail Mary works. There also is a flag down behind the field, behind the play, I should say, so hold on to everything here.
Yeah, I think Carr crossed the line of scrimmage before he threw the football, so that one, even if it had been complete, it wasn't going to count.
Yep, Coach Stiegel saying he declines that penalty. That was the call. It's declined. And we go into halftime. 30-14 Grandville, Chandler. What an impressive first half by the Bulldogs. The big mistake from Hudsonville. Grandville got a stop here, only 30 seconds, but they get the stop here. They are very good offensively, scoring every time, and the Bulldogs take a big 2-score lead into the half.
Yeah, really, the Eagles have to feel like on offense they did about everything they could. They scored on their possessions when they were able to get onto the field, but just that one muff kickoff ended in some huge momentum shift for the Bulldogs, which ended up in a score, and then the Bulldogs offense able to continue to roll.
And this is now the Centennial Securities halftime show, and yeah, this is the beauty of, I think, controlling the clock and playing the style Grandville can if you are still getting points on the board, because they did an incredible job of, as you said, Hudsonville scored every time they had a full drive, but the Bulldogs, they forced the one turnover on the kickoff. They were efficient themselves, and because of that, they take a 30-14 lead into the half. We got a lot to break down here on the Centennial Securities halftime show. We'll be right back after a break, and when we come back, we'll go over some of the stats. We'll talk about some of the key players. A lot to break down. Grandville 30, Hudsonville 14 at the half. Still a lot to go in this one. It's going to be an interesting game. Don't go anywhere. But a near-perfect start, really, when you look at things for the Bulldogs. Right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
Before the end of halftime, or bring in the winning stop.
Auto Body Experts has been your trusted family-owned and operated collision repair facility since 1948. With locations in Hudsonville, Holland, Wayland, and Zeeland, they're sure that they can help with your repair needs. They offer free estimates and rental vehicles with collision repairs. Auto Body Experts believes in supporting the community and giving back, which is why each year we give back to the local businesses, children's activities, schools, and much more. Come find us and we'll take the stress away because we are the experts. Online at AutoBodyExperts.com.
Jerry opened the letter. An eviction notice? He and his family couldn't bear to move again. It was warm and they had plenty of space for their acorns. Anxiety took a hold of him. Then suddenly,
you've got squirrels in your engine and they chew through the wiring.
And it was covered, thanks to a farmer's agent. Engine Bay Squatters, May 23rd, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today at 616-531-3441. Your local farmer's agent who helps you plan for the unexpected.
Hey, this is Carl Paganelli, West Michigan NFL official. Please join me in supporting Faith Hospice by buying a raffle ticket for Super Bowl 56 on February 13, 2022 in Los Angeles. Tickets are $100 each, and the prize includes 2 Super Bowl tickets, overnight accommodations, and $1,000 towards airfare. To buy tickets, call 616-398-6600. Must be 18 years or older to enter. Visit Faith Hospice website at www.faithhospicecare.org for more details and to read our family story. Thank you again.
If you're looking to sell your home, don't lose your equity to high commissions. Be sure to call Assist to Sell. They are fully licensed realtors and provide all the service high commission companies do, just for a flat fee of only $29.95. Call 616-299-0222 or visit WeSellWestMichigan.com. Remember, friends don't let friends pay 6%. Check out Assist to Sell at WeSellWestMichigan.com.
And 8th grade bands. The Grandville
Bowling
Mass
is a
Band is
great
made up of
time
over
that
280
combines great
students in
friends,
grades
football,
8 through
and
12.
bowling.
This evening,
Compete against
the
your
Grandville
friends or
combined bands
family
are under the
throwing a
direction
football at
of
10
Anna
real
Whirling.
bowling pins.
They will open the halftime show
The
with a
Folding
pop
Warehouse
favorite,
has over 30
Shut Up
lanes
and Dance.
inside a 45,000 square foot facility. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit foldingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back here to Grandville. Nate Dryard, Chandler Timmer with you. The Grandville Band out working on what will be their final home performance here of the year at halftime. And what a performance by the Bulldogs football team as well, as they go up 30-14 at the half over their crosstown rival Hudsonville. Chandler, I'll hand it over to you. You can take us through some of the key stats from a very, very interesting first half because, neither team got stopped on offense, but we have a 2-score game into the half.
Yeah, exactly, and some impressive performances for both offenses. Ian Sanders, he had 48 passing yards in the first half. Cade Pilzik, he had 2 touchdowns to go along with 39 rushing yards. Dominic Osborne, actually the leading rusher, he had the most carries, I should say, for the Bulldogs. He had 54 rushing yards. And then Merrick led the team with 89 rushing yards in that first half, and impressive for him.
I mean, Damian Merrick coming out of really nowhere, a little bit smaller guy in fullback, but more of the speedster fullback, something that we've seen the last couple of years for the Bulldogs. But Merrick comes in, huge run to start out his day, pretty effective on a couple other runs as well. A little bit different dynamic that maybe Hudsonville definitely wasn't expecting. I want to highlight Braden Gable, though, because Braden Gable had a touchdown pass and a couple 2-point conversion attempts. We talked about him so much in pregame that how big of a factor he was probably going to have to be in the pass game. My goodness, the senior tight end, absolutely huge. And what was maybe the most effective Grandville passing game we've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, really a threat in the red zone was Braden Gable. He had 20 receiving yards. Atwood had 8, and Johnson with 20 receiving yards in that first half as well. So distributing the ball around a little bit in the pass game as well.
And Coach Siegel really keeping things mixed up on offense. We saw, obviously, Merritt comes in. You saw Trey Johnson come in. We saw the pass game used. We saw a couple different targets like you just mentioned used. So a really balanced offensive attack for Grandville, as balanced as it's going to get run to pass, and balanced in terms of number of options as well that you'll see. Hudsonville, other side of the ball, things a little bit more simple in terms of what they did. We saw the pass game a little bit later on, but for the most part, it was Drew Bain leading the way on the ground for Hudsonville.
Yeah, quick start for Bain. He had 111 rushing yards, most of which came on his first carry, which went for 58 and really opened the game up and made the Eagles' offense look like they were really going to be a threat, and they really were. Just keeping them off the field was the biggest thing the Bulldogs did. But Carr had 87 passing yards, most of which came on that last throw, which the Bulldogs ended up declining the penalty and allowed that to stand. But he's thrown the ball around a little bit. Vanderveen had 9 receiving yards, Bain 6 receiving yards, Robertson 25. But for the most part, it's been the run game for the Eagles early on.
Yeah, for sure. This is the Centennial Securities halftime show. And again, we want to stress it again. It's a 30-14 game at the half, but neither team has been stopped so far on offense. Grandville has scored all 4 times. Of course, one of those, or relatively, haven't stopped, but had a full drive, I should say. Grandville, obviously, they forced a turnover off the kickoff, a muffed kickoff from Drew Bain. He has some issues regathering. Grandville gets the ball and scores from inside their own 20-yard line. And then, of course, at the end of the half, Hudsonville only had 30 seconds, and they went all but about 8 yards, thanks to that big Hail Mary at the end as well. But neither team, when they've had a full drive, been stopped so far yet. Grandville, very effective, and they have a 30-14 lead. And of course, how big are those 2-point conversions when you think ahead as well? Because one more score, if they get another one, you're talking about a full field goal advantage that they potentially have tacked on to this game. So that is something to definitely continue to watch. When it comes to your home, parking lot, and roads, you want a smooth, safe, and attractive surface for walking, playing, parking, and driving. Trusted professionals at Bruce's Blacktop with over 30 years of experience to get the job done right. They love what they do and can help out with any premier asphalt or blacktop surface that's residential or commercial. Check them out online at brucesblacktopllc.com. And at Barber Ford, it's their mission to be the automotive home of drivers in the Holland area, and they provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, customer service with a smile. And speaking of new Ford models, you can have your pick of their showroom. Their local dealership keeps a great stock of used cars, trucks, and SUVs in inventory. They've got competitive pricing on every pre-owned model, and you won't find a reason to visit another dealership in Holland. Find your next vehicle at barberford.net. DJ's Pizza Pub, located in beautiful downtown Hudsonville, serves a variety of outstanding pizzas, including Chicago-style deep dish, thin crust, and more, along with wings, salads, and subs. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Call DJ's at 669-9550 or online at djspizzapub.com. High-Tone Cleaners, with 2 locations in Jenison and Grandville, Wyoming, offer professional dry cleaning, laundering, bulk laundry service, shoe repair, and care. And they feature same-day service if you drop off before 9 a.m., even on Saturdays. High-Tone also offers pickup and delivery. Check them out online at hightonecleaners.com for all the ways they can help make your laundry cleaning services easier. Prestige Home Group, City Shore Real Estate. Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the professionals at City Shore Real Estate, Prestige Home Group. They're focused on their clients' goals, not just the sales. So they are ready to help build a trusting relationship with all of their clients and help them love where they live. Click on their logo on the Byron Center or South Christian page of the Michigan Sports Radio website, or find them online at prestigehomegroup.com. Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers are a Grand Rapids home healthcare agency and serve the greater Grand Rapids, Traverse City, and Petoskey areas, and they've been in business for over 30 years. Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers offer exceptional home care for families in Grand Rapids and West Michigan. When someone you love needs help, your life is never simple. They provide services for medically fragile children, elderly grandparents, dementia patients, closed head and spinal cord injuries, and many more. It's Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers. Call to get information specific to your needs at 616-531-9973. It's time to sign up for the 29th Annual Grand Rapids Turkey Trot, presented by Blue Care Network of Michigan. This family-friendly 5K is back in person this year, Thanksgiving morning in downtown Grand Rapids, starting at Van Andel Arena. Proceeds support after-school athletics at Grand Rapids Public Schools, giving all students the opportunity to participate free of charge. Register to run at www.grps.org/turkey trot. That's grps.org/turkey trot. And be sure to use the code RADIO5 for $5 off your registration. 30-14, Grandville leads Hudsonville at the half, and we're going to step aside on the Centennial Securities halftime show one more time. We'll be back. We got a lot more to break down, and we'll start previewing what's going to happen in the second half. It's a two-score game for Grandville, but this thing certainly isn't over. We've seen a lot wilder things happen between these two before, and you certainly can expect that again. We'll be right back here. It's Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio from Bulldog Stadium.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse Grand Rapids is the very best choice for an unforgettable evening with family, friends, and colleagues. Create memorable experiences and celebrate with the sizzle of a steak served on a 500-degree plate. The casual elegance and atmosphere makes Ruth's Chris Steakhouse Grand Rapids the perfect location for every occasion. Visit us online at rootschris.com. This is how it's done.
Earning a college degree means you don't have to go it alone.
We have 3 students at Cornerstone, and they all enjoy their interactions with the campus community, but most specifically with their professors.
At Cornerstone University, we are dedicated to your success.
They have found growth, they have found connection, and they have found community.
Start today by applying at cornerstone.edu. That's cornerstone.edu.
At Culver's, we cook our butter burgers pretty much the same as you would at home, only our 3-cut blend of fresh beef will do. Then you'll need to master our signature press and sear technique. You may want to practice a few thousand times. Add real Wisconsin cheese, top with a lightly buttered toasted bun, and serve yourself with a big warm smile.
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole cook-to-order butter burger thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
As families and communities across Michigan gear up for an historic back-to-school season, Dean Transportation is looking for compassionate people to join their dedicated team of school bus drivers. They offer competitive wages and paid training, quality benefits, flexible schedules, and most of all, endless opportunities to make a difference. Apply today at deanjobs.com to join this critical effort to help students return to learn this fall. deanjobs.com.
For almost 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. These projects set the foundation for where we are today. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com. Again, that's earhartcc.com.
Looking for fresh food, variety, and great deals? Shop your local Family Fare supermarket and sign up for our Yes Rewards program for everyday savings, exclusive digital coupons, rewards, and other special perks. Plus, you can use your Yes account to shop online with the Fast Lane, our new online grocery shopping service. Just order online, select pickup, and we'll do all your shopping for you. It's that easy. To learn more about shopping with Yes at Family Fare, visit shopfamilyfare.com.
At Ferris State University, we're here to get you there with programs crafted to get you ready to meet the demands of the job market today and tomorrow. Want to learn more? Go to ferris.edu/now to see if you might qualify for free tuition through the Ferris Launch Initiative and complete your free online application today. We're here to help you build more than a class schedule. We're here to help you build a career. Go to ferris.edu/now because your future is forward. Ferris Forward.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame honors prominent West Michigan athletes. As part of their mission, the Hall of Fame presents annual events in support of West Michigan athletics and raises funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Events scheduled in 2021 include the Class of 2021 induction ceremony on Tuesday, September 28th, and the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame College Basketball Classic on Thanksgiving weekend. Go to grshhof.com for all the information.
Choosing the right orthodontist can mean the difference between an average patient experience and one that is truly exceptional. Hines Orthodontics serves the West Michigan area with locations in Rockford and Kentwood. As a patient of Dr. Hines, you can be confident that you have chosen an orthodontist with the skill, expertise, and commitment to make your smile his top priority. Dr. Hines and his team are dedicated to providing the most efficient and effective treatment using the finest technologies available in orthodontics. Check them out online at HinesOrthodontics.com or on Facebook and Instagram.
And welcome back here to the Centennial Securities Halftime Show. Nate Driver, Chandler Timmer, 30-17 at the half. Chandler, going to get ready for the second half. We'll quickly go over keys for Grandville. I mean, if they can replicate the first half, they're going to win. It'll be tough to replicate that. Of course, still some mistakes there. They also didn't make a stop on defense despite getting that very, very critical turnover. I mean, it's all about how are you going to find a way to stay a little bit ahead on adjustments and do the same thing in the second half, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, exactly. The recipe, I mean, if they can continue to score on offense, they can pretty easily win this game. I mean, the defense has a little bit more room to work with there, but yeah, offensively, I think they're going to continue to have to hit the pass game a little bit. It doesn't have to be all the time, but if they're continuing able to hit some play-action shots with Braden Gable and guys like Trey Johnson, Cade Pilzik, I think that's going to open things up a little bit. But on defense, they're going to have to stop the run. They're going to have to stop Bain in the run game and force them to have to pass the ball a little bit.
All right, both teams are back out on the field as the Grandville band has worked their way off, and they will continue to go through their warm-ups right now. So we're going to quick step aside one last time here on the Centennial Securities Halftime Show. When we come back, we got second half football. It's 30-14 Grandville at the half. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
Metro Health Sports Medicine, with 6 locations in West Michigan, is really movement medicine. They want to help you move and enjoy the activities you love and offer comprehensive care for all ages and skill levels. They're not just for athletes. If you're looking to move like yourself again, their team can help. All Metro Health Sports Medicine providers are also primary care physicians, so you can see them for all your health care needs. To schedule an appointment, call 616-252-7778 or visit them online at metrohealth.net/sportsmedicine.
Halloween is right around the corner. Is the costume you used for junior last year in need of some repair? Maybe your machine needs a little bit of TLC. Lakeshore Sewing can help you with new machines, sewing furniture, even repairs for your more experienced machines. Interested in sewing but not sure you can do it? They've got classes on everything you can think of related to needles and thread. Visit lakeshoresewing.com for more details. That's lakeshoresewing.com.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
That was the Centennial Securities Halftime Show. Nate Dreyer with Chandler Timmer. We are just about ready to roll. Second half of play coming up. We're at Bulldog Stadium night on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. MichiganGameNight.com, MichiganSportsRadio.com, Michigan Sports Radio app. We're simulcasting onto the Grandville Athletics YouTube page. So many different ways you can find us here tonight. And we are just about ready for the second half. Grandville leads 30-14 at the half. Chandler, it's going to be critical. We're going to see Hudsonville's offense get the ball to start. I think we're going to learn a lot about the halftime chess matches and what adjustments were made very, very shortly.
Yeah, we'll see how committed the Eagles want to stay to the run game. That was where they had most of their success in the first half. But now down 2 scores. I mean, still plenty of time in this one. So they're gonna have to run the ball a little bit. But Dillingham did not have a touch in that first half, and he's been one of their main weapons throughout the whole season so far.
We talked about it all year long when it comes to very talented slot receivers. There is no team that's been better at shutting down the opposition than the Bulldogs. Caleb Dean was entirely shut down. We saw similar things the last couple weeks as well. It really has been impressive the way this Grandville defense, if you are a speedy slot receiver that's normally your high-volume guy on your team, the Bulldogs defense has had an answer so far, but we haven't really seen him even targeted yet. Who knows what tricks Coach Sandy and company may have up their sleeves for him. So Grandville, they're in the white jerseys, white shirt, white pants. The numbers are in maroon, the trimming's in maroon. Grandville across the chest is in maroon, and the helmets are maroon. The stark white block Grandville G on the helmet, and a white stripe down the center. Hudsonville, a blue uniform, white numbers, trimmed in gold. The helmets are white with the numbers on either side, and the pants are white for the Eagles. Left to right, Isaac Strock has got it on the tee here for the Bulldogs. Griffin Reese will stand back along with Drew Bain, who has a pair of touchdowns. Left to right, ball back in the air as Strock launches this one. High twisting kick taken inside the 8-yard line by Bain. He'll run it up the right hash marks, go to the right numbers, outside the 25, 30-yard line, avoids one tackler on his feet past the 30, got as far as the 38-yard line before he's eventually cut down. A shoestring-type run down the right sideline by Drew Bain. Gets some great field position for Trey Carr and company to start this drive.
First possession of the second half.
And after the one muff kick that time, much better, able to get his team some better field position. An offense that's looking to now capitalize. Again, as we mentioned multiple times, they've moved the ball pretty well. Just haven't had the opportunities that the Bulldogs offense has had.
They will start back with that power spread set, 2 receivers, and they start their own 40-yard line on the right hash mark. 3-down linemen for the Bulldogs. There's a snap and a give to Bain. Angles right, stutter stepping the backfield. Trey Johnson blows it up for a loss of 2. Ethan Schultz there as well. Bain was trying to find some space, just stutter stepped off right tackle, had nowhere to go, and they'll stop him right back at the line of scrimmage on the forward progress. So 30 seconds or so off the clock in the third quarter of play to open up this second half. And Trey Carr and company go back to work again. 2 receiver unit, ball on the right hash mark. It's a 2nd and 10 from their own 40. Grandville leads it 30-14 over the Eagles. Here's a snap, low to the junior. He'll settle it down, drop back to pass. Fires left side, leaping grab, nearly made by Vanderveen, but it goes in and out of his hands as he saw some footsteps coming from DJ Arnold. It'll be 3rd and 10 right at the 40. So an overthrow to a 6'4" receiver there from the junior, and that'll back them up 3rd and 10, still at their own 40.
Yeah, long throw from the opposite side hash mark all the way to the numbers on the opposite side. Ball delivered a little bit high. Vanderveen had to try and jump and get it, couldn't grab it.
Turned into a beautiful night here in Grandville. The lights illuminating a big crowd on either side. 11:17 to go, third quarter. 30-14 Grandville, and a 3rd and 10 for the Eagles from their own 40-yard line. Ham goes in motion. Fake give to Ham. Give the middle to Bain. Speeds past the 45-yard line where he's cut down by Braden Gable and company. It'll be 4th and 5 from the 45, and the Eagles will stay out there and go for it. So it looks like they're just trying to chip away a little bit on 3rd down with a full intention to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go back to that 2-receiver power spread unit with a tight end and a wingback being used. Bain off the right hip of Trey Carr. 4th and 5 from their own 45 here. 10:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. Grandville 30-14 lead. Carr looks back to the sideline for the call. The Eagles all game long, they've done this. They've gotten set quickly. They've then gotten a new call in. Carr barks out the signals, goes back to the gun. 3-down lineman for the Bulldogs. Waist high snap to Carr. Back to pass. Fires deep down the left side. Looking for Vanderveen. Underthrown. Hungerford on the coverage. It's a turnover on downs, and the Bulldogs get it back. It's our first stop of the game. Great coverage again from Drew Hungerford down the field. He's fired up. And Grandville gets the football back with a 30-14 lead. This could be the signature couple drives of the game right here.
Yeah, huge. If the Bulldogs offense can capitalize and put some points on the board, really puts the Eagles in a tough spot. But again, on 4th and 5, earlier in the game, the Eagles took a shot down the field to Vanderveen, got the pass interference call, and a first down. This time, again, the exact same thing to the opposite side of the field. You'd think in a 4th and 5, maybe trying to get something shorter, closer to the sticks, rather than taking a shot down the field. The ball underthrown that time, and Vanderveen never had a chance.
All right, 2 tight end T. Grandville gets to start into opponent territory at the 45-yard line. Sanders turns, gives to Pilzik, 2 hands on the ball, cut down, and dives ahead to the 41-yard line. Diving in to make that tackle was Mason Dykstra, the defensive tackle and inside linebacker. The senior will play a little bit in both places and has all day long. He's able to make that tackle, but Pilzik dives ahead to the 42 for a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7 in between the hashes up to the Hudsonville 42-yard line for the Bulldogs. So we tick under 10:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. 30-14 Grandville. Maybe the biggest drive of the game for either team right here as Grandville looks to go up 3 scores. 2 tight end T again for the Bulldogs. It's Merrick in the middle of Osborne and Pilzik on this drive. Gable is out there as a tight end, turning to give to Osborne, pushing his way ahead and able to force the pile down all the way to the 40 or the 37-yard line, and that'll give the Bulldogs a third and very manageable, about a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 right here as a powerful run from Dominic Osborne pushes the pile the whole way. It will be a 3rd and 2. That mark is the 37-yard line. Bulldogs need the 35 into Hudsonville territory. 9:23 and less to go. Clock ticking down, 3rd quarter. 30-14 Grandville. Sanders goes under center. Again, it's the 2 tight end T. Sanders turns, gives to Pilzik, looking to run over the right side of the line. Forced down in the backfield and twisted down at the 39-yard line by Cade Buskell. It's a loss of a couple yards. It's a 4th down, and the Bulldogs are going to have to go for it right here.
Yeah, Pilzik trying to turn that one upfield, but the Eagles defense able to seal it off. He could never get his momentum going forward, brought down for a loss. And after the Eagles failed the 4th down conversion, the Bulldogs going to have an opportunity of their own right here.
All right, so it is the 39-yard line. It'll be a 4th and 4 for Grandville. 8:44 to go, 30-14 Grandville here in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs will split Braden Gable out wide into the right slot. DeHaan is the tight end, is also on the right side of the line. It's a T behind Ian Sanders. 3 down lineman for the Eagles, and a timeout called by Coach Stiegel. He didn't like the way something was setting up right there, and he's forced to burn a timeout early in the 3rd quarter. 8:31 to go, 3rd quarter, 30-14 Grandville. A big 4th and 4 play coming up right on the other side of this.
Weston Brook Mower has served the Holland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenison and Holland. We carry lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, snow blowers, log splitters, generators, chainsaws, tillers, power washers, and much more. From your favorite brands of Toro, Aaron, Still, and Echo. Plus, we have a full-service department to get your injured equipment back in the game. Check us out at westonbrookmower.com.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here. It is game night on Michigan Sports Radio from Bulldog Stadium. Grandville leading Hudsonville in the battle of 4 and 3 teams in a border war. 30-14 with just a tick over 8:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. But Grandville's got a 4th and 4 from the Eagle 39-yard line. Same formation. Ball in the right hash mark. Gable split out into the right slot out of the T. Turning to give straight to Pilzik. Right side. Handed back to defender. Over the 35. He's got the 1st down. Pushed out of bounds by Hoekstra. And he gets it by a yard or two to around the 34-yard line. What a run by Pilzik and the Bulldogs, with the whole stadium thinking they were going past, with Gable split out wide to the right side. They run it right with Pilzik. Both tight ends were over there to help show the way. A great play design by the Bulldogs. They get the 1st down up to what will be the 33-yard line, and they're working quickly now. 8:10 to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Back to a 2 tight end T. They lead at 30-14. 3 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers, 2 high safeties. Turn, initial give up the middle to Merrick, bowling his way through. Got over the 25 to the 20, and he's just tugged down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line by Mason Dykstra, nearly breaking another one up the middle with Damian Merrick, another 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Merrick looked like, again, he was going to have a breakaway touchdown. Caught from behind on a shoestring tackle and brought down, but another impressive run for Merrick.
Mark is the 13-yard line. Sanders in from the sideline after the 4th down conversion. The Bulldogs a bit of momentum right here. 7:35 and less to go, 3rd quarter. They lead at 30-14, and we're looking at one of the biggest either defensive stands or offensive marches of the game. Back to a 2 tight end T here for the Bulldogs. Sanders turns. Give on to Osborne. He's got nowhere to go as right along the line of scrimmage, Mason Dykstra comes in and makes the tackle from the legs. Osborne dives for a yard up to the 12-yard line. They'll give him 2nd and 9.
Hudsonville, 2nd and 9.
Sanders in from the sideline. One more time the call. 7:07 less to go. 3rd quarter. 30-14 Grandville. Bulldogs in those home white, all white jerseys with the maroon helmet. Traveling blues, white helmet, white pants for Hudsonville. Sanders goes under center. Back to a 2 tight end T again. Defense showing a whole bunch of pressure here. Turning a fake give, bootleg right to pass. Sanders fires, caught at the 5-yard line, and twisting out of bounds is Braden Gable again on the grab. He'll be just short of the 1st down around the 5-yard line. Will be 3rd and very short here.
Brings up 3rd down.
So another grab for Gable. 6:34 and less to go. Clock running down, 3rd quarter, 30-14. The mark will be the 5-yard line. That will make it a 3rd and 2. Sanders breaks him out one more time. 3rd and 2, 5-yard line, deep into Hudsonville territory, into 30-14 Grandville lead. Sanders, 2 tight end T, goes back under center. Defense crowds in, straight drop to pass, bodies crashing over the field. Sanders fires looking for the end zone, and he fired that to nowhere. The only one with a chance at it was Eli Vanderveen, who got his left hand on it. I think a lot of that play was broken because Brayton Gable got tripped up at the line of scrimmage, went tumbling down, and who would have been the intended target on that play never had a chance at it. Now it's 4th and 2 from the 5.
Yeah, a big play right there. As you mentioned, it looked like Gable got tripped up a little bit. I think Sanders expected him to be in the corner of the end zone and floated it out there. Luckily, he threw it toward the boundary just enough to where the Eagles could not come away with an interception. But another 4th down here. Huge and only need 2 yards.
Bulldogs run it up to the line of scrimmage. They'll go single back formation, loading blockers to the right side. They'll pitch it right side to Pilzik. We've got whistles down all over the field, and we've got a timeout called before the Bulldogs were able to snap that one. And it was Coach Stiegel calling the timeout right there. So the Bulldogs looked like they may have had some space with Pilzik, but Stiegel calls the timeout instead. 6:05 to go 3rd quarter. We'll get some more time to think about what might be the biggest play we may see all game long. 6:05 to go 3rd quarter. 30-14 Grandville. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
Since 1932, Weller Auto Parts has been providing quality recycled, new, surplus, and remanufactured auto and light truck parts to the repair industry and to do-it-yourselfers. Weller provides exceptional service and a knowledge base second to none to ensure the right parts get delivered on time. Give them a call at 538-5000 or check out what they have at wellerauto.com.
And welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium. Nate Schreier, Chandler Timmer with you. 6:05 to go, 3rd quarter. It's 30-14 Grandville over Hudsonville. And the Bulldogs have got a 4th and 2 from the Eagle 5-yard line here. And maybe one of the biggest plays we will see all game long. Bulldogs will go back to tight end T this time. Pilzik, Merrick, Osborne, the running back unit. Defense crowds way in for the Eagles. Turn, give on to Osborne, shoving down. He's got the 1st down to the 2-yard line. Dominic Osborne, the powerful shoulder-lowering run that the Bulldogs needed. They got a 1st and goal from inside the 5 around the 2-yard line.
Yeah, after coming out in the single back formation before the timeout, that time back to the T, and just a powerful run from Osborne, picked up the 1st down. Nothing too tricky about it. And after a 3rd down incomplete pass, big conversion on 4th down there.
Coach Stiegel's already burned 2 timeouts, but his team is threatening. The mark will be the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 1, back to a 2 tight end T. The defense crowds in here for the Eagles. Sanders turns, give to Osborne again, chugging his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Grandville. Dominic Osborne lowers the shoulder again, gets the Bulldogs in again. It's 36-14.
Took 2 4th down conversions, but an impressive drive from the Bulldogs, able to extend their lead after the defense gets their first complete stop of the night so far, and the Bulldogs again extending the lead.
5:31 to go, 3rd quarter. Here comes Isaac Strock. He will look to add the extra point for the Bulldogs. Ian Sanders to hold. The quarterbacks for both teams have been the holder so far, and we will see if Strock the junior can tack on the XP here. Snap is down. Kick is up, kind of short-legged that one. It angles its way on through, got inside the right upright. It's good. It's 37-14 Grandville. 5:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back from Bulldog Stadium.
An important deer season tip from Auto Body Experts. When you encounter a deer on the roadway, do not swerve. Swerving will make the deer freeze and it won't know how to get out of your way or where to run. Swerving can also take you off the road or worse, into another car. Just stay calm and drive smart. Wishing you a safe, incident-free deer season. But if an incident does find you, locally owned Auto Body Experts always offers a free loaner. In Hudsonville, Holland, Wayland, and Zeeland, visit us online at autobodyexperts.com.
Welcome back to Grandville. Nate Schreier, Chandler Timber with you. Dominic Osborne has found the end zone again, and the Bulldogs have stretched it to 37-14 over Hudsonville. The Bulldogs, they finally got a stop on defense, and then they drive down the field. A couple of really gutsy 4th down conversions, and Coach Stiegel's team is that much closer to winning this one. Nothing's a given, but all but locking up a playoff spot, and also getting a lot closer to getting a move away from Rockford in the first week of the year. Oh, by the way, winning a big rivalry game in the process. Isaac Strock left to right has the ball on the tee. He'll march forward, right leg through the ball. And this is down to the 5-yard line. Going backwards a little bit here by Bain. Outside the right numbers over the 20 to 25-yard line. At the 30, Bain past the 40 to 45, 50. Right sideline, no one in front of him at the 30. 25, 20, right sideline. Drew Bain going to bring it all the way back. Touchdown, Hudsonville. And what an answer for the Eagles after the Bulldog touchdown. It's 37 to 20.
Yeah, well, earlier in the game, Bain muffed the kick and really swung the momentum in the Bulldogs' favor that time. Bobbled it just a little bit on the catch, but then tremendous speed to get along the sideline. Just outran everybody. Huge kickoff return, and giving the Eagles some life yet.
It looked like another dead play. Like you said, he bobbled it. He was going backwards a little bit when he caught the ball, and he just gets a couple blocks, takes it right down the right sideline the whole way, untouched. Drew Bain finds the end zone. He makes it 37 to 20. Now, Hudsonville, the key thing is Grandville getting up to 37 points. Hudsonville will have to start going for two right here, and they are going to look to start right away. They go back to that two-receiver power spread look with a tight end and a wingback offset to the left side. Drew Bain, the tailback, alongside the junior quarterback, Trey Carr. Here's a waist-high snap to Carr. Fires right side, looking for Ham. Caught at the goal line. 2-point conversion, good. Dylan Ham makes his first appearance of the game in the senior slot. Finds the end zone on the 2-point conversion try. 37-22. Hudsonville quickly gets one back. 5:17 to go third quarter. And we have got a really good one continuing to form in this one. Have a birthday or a special event coming up. Terry Hall Roller Rink in Grandville is your solution. Terry Hall provides 2-hour private party options for birthdays, family events, or groups of friends that just want to get together in a safe environment. They also offer birthday parties during private skating sessions as well as their party room. Visit terryhall.com for details about safe, enjoyable party options. All skate, everyone skate. West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports, located on Main Street in Jenison, is your source for quality family sports and chiropractic care. Dr. BJ and his wife Jenny are world-class athletes, and Dr. BJ has served as lead sports physician for Team USA at the World Speed Skating Championships for the last 6 years. So visit www.wmchiropractic.com for more info. That's a new location for West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports on Baldwin and Main Street in Jenison. So make sure you check them out. 5:17 to go third quarter. 37-22. Hudsonville on the board. They get a quick 8 points off the kick return. And now they will look to send this away, and they are going to go to an onside kick to start things out. Dieppe strides forward, bounces it down. The Bulldogs' hands team tried to fall on it. Now the pile engulfs it. It looks like Grandville got to the bottom of the pile. I believe that is the case. The offense is coming on the field, but that got a little shady right there as the Bulldogs, the initial hand got on the ball, kind of tipped it ahead. Grandville does fall on it at the bottom of the pile for sure. So now Grandville will get to start inside Hudsonville territory at the 48-yard line, but nearly the biggest swing of the momentum all game long right there if Hudsonville was able to get that ball. And by the way, looking ahead, Emmanuel Dieppe is very good at those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, LaCroix, I think, had to try and feel that one in on the in-between hop. I think he muffed it a little bit, but the Bulldogs able to get it.
All right, two tight end T. Turner to give is up the middle to Merrick, and he drives right into the line of scrimmage and is able to dive ahead for maybe a yard up the middle, but just nowhere for Merrick to go right there. The defense collapses on him. Looks like it'll stay right back, 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line. 4:57 left to go third quarter, 37-22. Into this kind of lead for the Bulldogs, obviously up 2 scores still. Scoring is important, but also with the way this game has gone, taking time off the clock is just as important here for the Bulldogs as they'll stride out and go back to that 2 tight end T. Ian Sanders under center. Merrick is in the middle of Pilzik and Osborne. Some bumping in the backfield, bootleg right to pass. Thrown, caught at the 42-yard line by Osborne. Lowers the shoulder and gets down to the 37-yard line where he was sent out of bounds by Matt Hoekstra. That will be just enough to move the chains on the spot. So they throw it to Osborne in the flat. Some bumping in the backfield, some kind of misdirection, but still able to find the tailback in the slot right there. And the Bulldogs move the chains down to the 40 or the 37-yard line on the mark. 4:15 and less to go third quarter. 37-22 Grandville. Battle of 4 and 3 teams in a border war between two of the closest teams in the OK Red, really outside of Grandville and Jenison. in this one. Ian Sanders, the senior quarterback, back under center. Braden Gable will split out wide into the right slot as a tight end. Turning to give to Pilzik. Angles up the middle. Drives over the 35-yard line. He'll get maybe the 33 before Mervaux pushes him backwards. They'll give him the 34. Nowhere really for Pilzik to go, but he chopped the feet ahead and able to find a good 3 or 4 yards on first down right there to make it 2nd and 7.
And the advantage of getting Braden Gable involved in the passing game early on. They've now twice been able to use him as a decoy, once on the 4th down conversion on the previous drive, and that time, again, splitting him out wide, just forcing the defense to have to keep their eyes out there and look for the play-action pass.
And Gable's turned into a 3-down or 4-down tight end. Normally, we just see him as more of a 3rd down option or a passing option. He's been out there every single play for the Bulldogs. Noah Atwood also out there to the other side of him. Gable on the right side of the line. 2 tight end T. Defense crowds in for the Eagles. They'll pitch it left side here to Osborne. Following blockers, and he gets thrown hard backwards at the 30-yard line. Griffin Reese, the leveling hit. It'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Bulldogs right at the 30-yard line. Osborne had some space there, but Reese came in from defensive back and shut that play down quickly.
And not very often you see Dominic Osborne brought down like that, but some of the size in the secondary for the Eagles has been on display that time. A strong tackle gives the Eagles a chance here on 3rd down to try and get a stop.
2:45 and less to go, 3rd quarter. The mark is the Eagle 30-yard line. Grandville, a 37-22 lead, 3rd and 3 here. Sanders under center. Again, Gable split into the right slot to initial give straight on to Pilzik, and he's twisted down in the backfield. Who else? Matt Hoekstra busts right through. A big fist bump as he twists him down at the 35-yard line. A loss of 5 yards. And now a 4th and long for the Bulldogs coming up. Hoekstra, so impressive on the run blitz.
Yeah, just really has the cadence timed for the Bulldogs. He's been in the backfield multiple times. He just shoots through unblocked, and then it makes it very difficult for any of the running backs to try and get anything going when you're trying to break a tackle immediately after getting the handoff.
DJ Arnold coming out right now for the Bulldogs to serve as running back. We know he was on the running back depth chart. Haven't seen him much as Osborne comes off. And the Bulldogs are going to split things out very differently right here as they go to a single back formation. Pilzik acts as a wing back off the right side. Pair of receivers into the left slot, and Coach Stiegel just burned his final timeout. He didn't like how that was setting up, and he is forced to call his final timeout of the half. 1:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. 37-22. Hudsonville looking to gain a lot of momentum here. It's 4th and 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. Roll with Kroll and stay cozy this fall. Call Kroll Furnace for all of your heating and cooling needs. Furnace tune-ups are just $95. Make sure you choose Kroll Furnace for top-notch American-made products like Amana. See more online at KrollFurnace.com. Are you ready to enjoy your career? Royal Technologies is hiring for assemblers, operators, material handlers, and supervisors. Royal offers many benefits like paid time off, insurance after 30 days, weekly pay, quarterly bonuses, an on-site gym, and they're closed on Sunday. Make a difference. Work at Royal. Go online to GoToRoyal.com. Apply today at Royal Technologies. All right, 4th and 8 for the Bulldogs at the Hudsonville 35-yard line. 1:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. Grandville leads at 37-23, but after that kick return for Hudsonville, they took a lot of momentum right back, and now the Bulldogs are in danger of maybe not converting. They go back to a T, and they split Braden Gable wide into the right slot. Fake handoff, back to pass. Sanders winds up, fires deep down the right side, looking for Gable. Contested play inside the 5. It's intercepted by Reardon. Reardon took it away from Gable, just wrestled it away from the Bulldog tight end. It's picked off, and Hudsonville takes over.
Yeah, it looked like Braden Gable was going down the sideline and was open, but Reardon able to chase that one down. Comes away with the interception. Ultimately, the Bulldogs are going to benefit a little bit on field position here, and Eagles going to take over at the 5-yard line, but another big stop from the Eagles defense.
What a play by the junior Reardon. They have to start inside their own 5, but 37-22, minute 44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Feels like a completely different ball game right now. Just 15 points, 2-score game. Hudsonville goes back to a 2-receiver set, but they put a receiver out wide to either side of the line here. And they have shifted things around at the quarterback position, by the way. It looks like Trey Carr not out there right now to play quarterback for the Eagles. Here's a give up the middle, taking over the 10-yard line on the quarterback keeper. And that carry went to the backup quarterback, which is Gage Robertson. The receiver winds up coming in at quarterback there on that play. He's able to get 8 yards on first down. We'll see if that's just a one-play thing as they went to that Wildcat form, or this is reminiscent of a couple years ago when Ike Irish came in and they just ran those quarterback power plays. So Robertson stays out there again at quarterback. The normal receiver running the Wildcat drives up the middle. This time Grandville shuts him down in the backfield. Chandler, I'll stop talking. 1:11 to go. I'll give you a second to kind of break down what we're seeing and how we've seen it before.
Yeah, the Eagles definitely feel like the run game has been their most effective thing so far here tonight. And so if they're able to get a quarterback in there who can run the football, just be that much more of a threat, and that's something we've seen the Eagles do before. When they have a quarterback, they can run the read option or just the power quarterback run, can make this offense very difficult to stop.
All right, it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 14-yard line for the Eagles. They got a yard on forward progress. So they're splitting out a receiver to either side. Everybody else on the line of scrimmage except for the quarterback and the tailback, Bain and Robertson. Here's a chest-high snap to Robertson. Fake to give. He'll take it. He's got the first down over the 20. On his feet, the 25. 30-yard line. Tugged down from behind at the 35 by Luke DeHaan. But a big gain. Gage Robertson has changed the ball game as a Wildcat quarterback. This is so reminiscent of the last time these two teams played on this field when Ike Irish, that time as a sophomore, came in as normally a receiver, played the quarterback position, and ran all over the Bulldogs. Watch this more. 2 receiver set, 2 tight ends. Tailback offset to the right hip. Again, it's Robertson. Up the middle, twists away from defender, over the 40. Gets his legs taken out from under him by Doran at the 43, but a gain of 5 or 6 on first down. Final second comes off the third quarter. Clock is 37-22 Grandville, but you can feel the momentum shifting as we get ready to go to the third quarter in just a moment. Lucas Smith, 5-star real estate Lakeshore, committed to serving Zeeland and all of West Michigan. Responsive and relational real estate services. Experience from living and working in the community for 20 years allows Lucas to have a strong pulse on the current housing environment. It is his goal to make the home buying process as smooth as possible, and Lucas would love to meet you and discuss your next home. Call 886-8124. Of course, also thanks to the Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency, as well as Centennial Securities for all of their help throughout the years, and this year, of course, as well with Michigan Game Night. All right, fourth quarter just on the horizon, 37-22. Grandville, Hudsonville, though, they have a 2nd and 3 up to their own 44-yard line, but it feels like things have changed a little bit. A quick chance here and a good chance, Chandler. Nate Dreyer, Chandler, Timmer with you as we reset before this fourth quarter. A good chance, though, with a bit of a stoppage here for KJ Landis, the defensive coordinator, along with Coach Stiegel, to kind of coordinate the defense a little bit here because you need to really change the way you were thinking. We were expecting to see the pass game become critical for Hudsonville, down a couple of scores late, but all of a sudden they're running a Wildcat quarterback. Gage Robertson, who normally is a receiver, not even on the quarterback depth chart, comes in as that Wildcat runner, and he is really right now looking to try to take over the game.
Yeah, that third quarter break coming at the exact right time. Bulldogs able to regroup here a little bit, see if the Eagles continue to run Robertson out there. And their defense definitely going to have to adjust here. Definitely have to think run every time and make them beat you with a pass.
It will be Robertson again. Bain offset to his left hip. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Bulldogs showing some pressure here. 3 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers. Robertson looks back to the sideline for the call. Hudsonville, after they switch sides, driving from left to right, they started throwing 44-yard line to the 2nd and 3 play. Here's Robertson, takes the snap, stutters over the middle, twisted down to the backfield. It's Jackson Buckler bringing him down. The Bulldogs' normal scud left tackle on the defensive side of the field with a big tackle. He'll force a 3rd down play.
Yeah, great job by Buckler, able to clog up the middle of that defense right where Robertson is looking to run and bring him down. Interesting, I believe in the third quarter, Robertson had both gloves on, just coming from that receiver spot. Now he has taken one off, so definitely a possibility that he throws the football here, but I think on a 3rd and short, you have to look for the quarterback run again.
3rd and 3 from their own 44 again. 11 and a half minutes to go in the final quarter. Grandville leads at 37-22. Ham goes in motion. They'll fake the give to him. Robertson ran into Ham, but he's able to get a hole up the middle and dive down to the 49-yard line to move the chains. That was nearly disastrous for the Eagles. They brought Ham in motion left to right. He runs into Robertson on kind of a botched exchange or fake exchange. They're able still to get the first down up to the 49-yard line. 11:09 to go, fourth quarter, 37-22. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Robertson, the junior, started at receiver, made a grab early in the game, now serving as this Wildcat-type quarterback. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. You know the unit. He'll take it right up the middle himself. DeHaan comes in to help make the tackle. Doran also leveling him just short of the 45-yard line. He got as far as the 46, but still a decent gainer on first down there for Robertson. They are getting 4 or 5 yards every time up the field at will.
Yeah, it's been essentially the same play call almost every single down and continue to get 4 or 5 yards every time. Bulldogs definitely going to have to start sending some help from the second level to try and shut that down.
2nd and 5 for the Eagles. 10.5 minutes to go in the final quarter, 37-22 Grandville. Robertson works from the gun, puts Vanderveen in motion right to left. He'll fake the give to Vanderveen, take it up the middle, got twisted down at the line of scrimmage, pushed straight backwards by Doran and Schultz. So a couple yards up the middle for Robertson, but another third down play coming up here.
A nice tackle from the linebacker that time, able to bring him down and keep this a third and manageable. Again, it's been the same play call. It's been a couple times they've ran a wide receiver in motion, and now as we see that Carr checks back into the game.
Yeah, it'll be a 3rd and 2 from the 43. Good eye. Trey Carr checking back in here for the Eagles. Remember, no timeouts remaining for the Bulldogs. The Eagles have all 3. So Trey Carr makes a reappearance as he will get ready to operate, and they go back to that 2-receiver unit with both receivers stacked to the left side, wing back, tight end to the right side of the line. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Here's a snap and a give to Bain, and Bain is brought down to the backfield. Alvarado made the initial hit. DeHaan levels him. It'll be 4th and medium.
Yeah, really interesting decision to bring Carr back in there after Robertson was running the ball very effectively on 3rd and short. Really, you could have ran the exact same thing, quarterback power run, and probably would have picked up the first down. Instead, bringing Carr back out there, and it goes backwards. Now give yourselves a 4th and medium to try and work with.
It'll be a 4th and 4. They lose a yard back to the 45-yard line. 9:09 to go in the last 4th quarter. 37-22 Grandville. 4-receiver set. Trips left. Reardon isolates to the right side. Carr will work from the gun again. 3 down linemen. Standing edge rusher is Schultz for the Bulldogs. Chest high snap. Straight back to pass. Carr fires left side. Caught at the 35-yard line by Ham. Nearly made a man miss, but Alvarado just got a piece of his shoelaces. But they still move the chains inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. So second catch we've seen for Ham. He made 1 on the 2-point conversion. Now he gets a play in the open field. And Hudsonville going to go no huddle. They're going to keep the same 4-receiver unit out. They'll leave Carr out there as well. 1st and 10 from the Grandville 34. 8:38 to go 4th quarter. Bulldogs lead it by 15. Here's the snap to Carr. He settles it down at the waist. There are whistles down, and I believe the Bulldogs might have jumped early here. We'll wait to see the call. That would be 4 against the Grandville defense in the game.
And I think that's what the call was going to be. It was a little bit late on the whistle.
Illegal substitution. 12 men on the defense. 5-yard
illegal substitution called against the defense. So defensive coordinator KJ Landis gets a word in with his team, but they give up 5 big free yards. The ball goes up to the 29-yard line for a 1st and 5 play. 8:32 to go. The clock stopped in the 4th quarter. 37-22. Back to a 4-receiver set. Trey Carr, the junior, back in at quarterback. Low snap, he'll settle it down. Has some time, winds up, fires deep over the middle. Looking for Reardon, got at the 5, angles into the end zone. Touchdown, Hudsonville. The Eagles get within a score. 8:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Reardon had a big pick. Now he finds his 5th receiving touchdown of the year on a 34-yard strike.
The Eagles just mixing things up and able to get both of these quarterbacks in there. They use Robertson and his legs to move the ball across midfield and then bring Carr and hit the big pass there for the touchdown. 29 yards, nice route across the middle of the field.
Thanks for correcting me. 29-yard strike there after that penalty on the play before. Dieppe comes out to look to add the extra point here to the Eagles. So they're going to look for that 2-point conversion at the end. Snap down, right leg through the ball for Dieppe. That one's high and good. 8:23 to go, 4th quarter. It is 37-29 as the Eagles are able to tack another 7 on the board with a very unique drive. It started with a Wildcat quarterback. It ended with a 29-yard crossing pattern strike from Trey Carr, the junior, who's able to get his 15th passing touchdown of the season on that play. Great things come from Jets. Detroit style is one of them. Shaped by the steel pans, inspired by the Motor City, and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. Then topped with premium mozzarella, fresh topping, and of course, Mama Jet's secret sauce. Jets is Detroit style pizza. Want Detroit style proof? Get their large, perfectly paired pepperoni pizza with bold and traditional pepperoni for just $12.99. Visit their Jenison location on Baldwin Street. Jets, better because it has to be. Make sure to stay tuned after the game as well for our Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. We'll hand out the Centennial Securities Player of the Game along with several other awards. And one of those games I think we may have to split that Player of the Game award into an offensive and a defensive award because there have been so many critical pieces on both sides. But wow, the way this one has changed. It was a 3-score game for the Bulldogs not that long ago. It's now 37-29. So Hudsonville just a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away in this one. 8:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Now, we've seen Grandville take up 8 minutes on their opening drive of the game, and how much would Coach Siegel's squad love to see that here. Left to right, Emmanuel Dieppe comes out, and they will try to get the ball back with an onside kick. So the Eagles going to the onside kick here. Dieppe strides forward, a little pooch kick, past the 50, down to the 45. Robertson runs onto it.
Play is stopped. Flag on the field.
The ball went out of bounds before Robertson was able to settle it down. He was all alone. Looks like there might be an offsides call. There's a penalty mark. Now we got stuff happening all over the field right here. The ball went twisting out. The Eagles were early. Robertson would have been all alone on the ball. Break it down, Chandler. Grandville surviving there, what looked like almost a sure ball going to Hudsonville.
Yeah, definitely an opportunity for Robertson to jump on that ball. It wouldn't have mattered, though. The offsides penalty came before. That's why the play was blown dead, and one of the Eagles must have crossed the line before the kick left the tee, so this one's going to come back. They're going to have another opportunity.
Yeah, they'll come back to their own 35 here, and now they're all bunched up in a huddle around Emmanuel Dieppe. The Bulldogs crowd in as well in the middle of the field. They've got one deep returner in Pilzik back around his own 15-yard line. Eagles now breaking it out just a little bit more, but still kind of an amoeba-like blob at that 35-yard line around Dieppe. 8:20 to go, fourth quarter, 37-29. They come together. It's a pooch kick, and Atwood falls on it. He's got it at the 45-yard line. Great job by the hands team. Noah Atwood falls on it. That's the second time we've seen him fall on a ball. He got that fumble earlier, and the Bulldogs will take over.
Nice shot by Atwood, able to jump on that one. Didn't leave it up to chance. Ball never had to bounce around, and Bulldogs secure possession. Some great starting field position. That's the risk you take for the Eagles. Risk the opportunity to try and get the football, but now give the Bulldogs a tremendous opportunity to try to extend their lead. And a second score here would mean a ton.
A drive of the game right here for sure. 8:19 to go. If the Bulldogs are able to score and if they're able to take up some time while doing it, they won't all but put it away, but they definitely put themselves in some great position. They start at the Eagle 45-yard line. Ian Sanders breaks the unit out. They go two tight end tee. Merrick goes in the middle of Pilzik and Osborne. Defense crowds in, turn, give on to Osborne, twisted down at the line of scrimmage and falls ahead to around the 42-yard line, so a gain of 2 or 3 yards on first down. I think Ben Lewis was the one that came off the edge to help twist him down. So a couple yards for Osborne. Hoekstra also credited the tackle. It'll be 2 yards up to the 42-yard line. 7:56 and less to go, fourth quarter. 37-29 Grandville. Two tight end tee again for the Bulldogs. Sanders goes under center. Defense crowds way in for the Eagles. They're showing some pressure. Turn and a fake give. Bootleg keeper left. Over the 40. Sanders lowers the shoulder. He gets cut down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line by Eli Vanderveen. It'll be third and medium for the Bulldogs here. The first time we've seen the bootleg keeper pulled out by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've been waiting all game to try and break that one out. That time Sanders able to get around the outside, picks up 3 yards, makes it a third and manageable. But the Bulldogs are going to need a conversion here either on third or fourth down to keep the chains moving and keep the ball out of the Eagles' hands.
It's 3rd and 3 from the 39. Back to a two tight end tee for Sanders and company. The senior steps under center. Defense crowds way in for the Eagles, and a flag came out. The Bulldogs got him to jump. They were showing some pressure. They got their foot over the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a free first down to the Bulldogs. A big encroachment penalty against the Eagles, and a free first down to the Dogs with 7:12 to go in the fourth. 37-29 Grandville.
Yeah, huge penalty. The Eagles were showing double linebacker blitz. Easy for me to say, but very much like the double A gap blitz you see in the NFL. That time, trying to shut down the run game, the Bulldogs able to get him a jump off sides and a free first down.
Ball goes to the Hudsonville 34-yard line. Left hash mark. It's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Under 7 minutes to go. They lead it by 8. Sanders under center. Defense crowding in again. Sanders went to a hard count. Now goes back to the sideline. Remember, no timeouts remaining for the Bulldogs. Under 6:45 to go. Sanders back under center. Turn, initial give to Merrick. Bounces off tacklers past the 30. Drives down past the 25-yard line to the 23. He's got the first down. A hard run by the small fullback in Merrick. More of a speed fullback, but he gets the first down, and the Bulldogs move it ahead. Under 6:33 now to go in the final quarter.
And how about Merrick in this game? Over 120 rushing yards for him now. Been the most effective runner on the night for the Bulldogs. And again, moves the chains.
6:33 to go, fourth quarter. 37-29, the ball up to the Hudsonville 23-yard line. The Bulldogs trying to open back up a 2-score lead in this one. 2 4-3 teams. One of the bigger rivalry games that you're going to find in the OK Red, or really in the area in general. Sanders steps under center, two tight end tee again. Snap to Sanders. The give is Osborne. Angles over left guard. Drives down past the 20. He got the 18-yard line before Ben Lewis and company in the tackling pile bring them down, but 5 or 6 yards on first down. And the Bulldogs turning it forward. We've seen probably the quietest use of Cade Pilzik all year long, even though he's still got 15 touches. Later on in this game, we've seen Osborne in particular really carrying the mail. You're out of the second row of stats in terms of Osborne's carries.
Yeah, over 20 carries, that is, for Osborne now, 75 rushing yards. Not any big runs over 10 yards, but just continues to get some good yardage.
2nd and 6 from the Hudsonville 19-yard line. Snap to Sanders. This is a give to Pilzik over the right side. Got cut down at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward into just a massive humanity. Maybe a yard or two for Pilzik. It'll be 3rd down and 4 or 5 here for the Bulldogs. It'll be 3rd and 5 up to the 18-yard line. He got him a yard. 5.5 and less to go, 4th quarter. 37-29. Still just that one score, 8-point game. Grandville driving down. For the Bulldogs, really kicking a field goal even at this distance, probably not a huge option for them this season. Sanders goes under center, 2 tight end T on 3rd and 5. Here's the turn and a give up the middle, driving ahead with Pilzik. He is going to be right up around the mark. I don't know if he quite has enough. I think he's a yard short. We'll have to see where this mark is inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. I think it's going to be 4th and 1 here.
It looks like initially going to be just short.
Lewis on the tackle, and right away Hudsonville calls a timeout as well. 4:58 to go, 4th quarter.
Looks like we're going to have
We still haven't seen the official mark yet.
4th down and very short.
And it will be 4th and short. It's going to be a 4th and 1 inside the 14-yard line here for the Bulldogs. 4:58 to go, 4th quarter. They lead at 37-29, and a big 4th and 1 play coming up. When it comes to your home parking lot and roads, you want a smooth, safe, and attractive surface for walking, playing, parking, and driving. Trust professionals at Bruce's Blacktop with over 30 years of experience to get the job done right. They love what they do and can help with any premier asphalt or blacktop surface, residential or commercial. Check them out online at brucesblacktopllc.com. All right, Chandler, 4th and 1 from the Hudsonville 14-yard line. Grandville 37, Hudsonville 29, 4:58 to go. We've said it a couple times with the game on the line for this play. Grandville goes, what else, with a 2 tight end T. Sanders will go under center. Defense crowds in. Sanders turns, gave on to Osborne, jumps over the line, has the first down inside the 10-yard line. Osborne leaps over the line of scrimmage, dives ahead, and Grandville gets the first down.
A great effort by Osborne, able to hurdle the line of scrimmage, get to the second level, and convert once again. Now the Bulldogs can really afford to run the clock down as much as they want in a goal line situation here. Try to punch it in and effectively end this one.
1st and goal from the 7. The clock will be under 4.5 minutes to go by the time the Bulldogs snap this one. 37-29 Grandville, and this is it. Sanders breaks him out, back to a 2 tight end T. Atwood and Gable are the tight ends. Sanders turns, give to Osborne, angles up the left side, driving a pile inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. Great run by Osborne. He gets 6 of the 7 that they needed. It's 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Under 4:10 to go. 37-29 still the Grandville lead. They can go up by a couple of scores.
And the Eagles not using their timeout here. They almost want the Bulldogs to score as quick as possible just so they can get as many opportunities as they can.
Clock is ticked under 3:55 to go as Ian Sanders trots in from the sideline with the call. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Hudsonville has 2 timeouts remaining. No timeouts remain here for Coach Siegel and the Bulldogs. They burned pretty much all of them either in the 3rd quarter or early 4th as the unit will break out here for the Bulldogs. They go back 2 tight end T. Here's Sanders. Turns, gives, Osborne over left guard, drags off the first defender, dives into the end zone, touchdown Grandville! 3:28 to go, 4th quarter, it's 43-29 Dogs.
Gutsy drive from the Bulldogs, facing some adversity here in the second half, able to drive down the field, convert on 4th down, and Osborne punches it in for the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
What a game by Dominic Osborne, what a second half, as he has come through big on multiple occasions. The Bulldogs look to add the extra point here with Strock. 3:28 to go. High snap, settled down, a right leg through the ball. It's a high, not overly hard hit kick, but it's right down the middle. It's good, and Grandville goes up a pair of scores. It's again a 15-point game. 44-29 Grandville, 3:28 to go in the 4th quarter. What a huge drive by the Bulldogs as they're able to come up with an answer and come up with a 2-score lead. At Barber Ford, it's their mission to be the automotive home of drivers in the Holland area. They provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service with a smile. They have competitive pricing on every pre-owned model, tons of new Ford models, and really the pick or your pick of their showroom, and you won't find a reason to visit any other dealership in Holland. Find your next vehicle at barberford.net. DJ's Pizza Pub, located in beautiful downtown Hudsonville, serves a variety of outstanding pizzas, including Chicago-style deep dish, thin crust, and more, along with wings, salads, subs, and more. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Call DJ's at 669-9550 or go online to djspizzapub.com. 3:28 to go, fourth quarter. Nate Dreyer with Chandler Timmer, 44-29. Bulldogs and CT. Dominic Osborne, a couple of big carries as the Bulldogs come up with one of their biggest scores of the season.
Yeah, some strong running for him all night. Up to 89 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. Been an impressive performance.
All right, Isaac Strock has the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line, right to left. The Bulldogs will get ready to kick it away. Drew Bain, of course, had a return a little bit earlier on. Strock will send a short kick that'll tumble inside the 20. It's fair caught at the 21-yard line by one of the upmen. So the ball fair caught at the 21. 3:25 to go, fourth quarter. 44-29. Hudsonville has to score twice, so they have to start by scoring very quickly here. By the way, they also will need one of those XPs, or 2-point conversions.
Yeah, and we'll see how the Eagles attack it here. If they're going to, looks like Carr going to be back out there, more of a passing threat, trying to attack the field.
It is Trey Carr, the junior, wearing number 4 in navy blue, and they'll spread him 4 wide. The ball starts on the left hash mark at their own 20-yard line will be the mark. 3 receivers go to the right side, including Gage Robertson in the right slot. And they isolate a single receiver out wide to the left. As Vanderveen all alone to the left, Bain off to the left hip out of a 4-receiver set. 3 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Low snap, held down by Carr, rolls right, fires it right side, caught at the 20 by Robertson, spins off Trey Johnson, stays on his feet before he's gang tackled by 4 or 5 Bulldogs at the 25-yard line. So a gain of 5 on first down. The clock ticks under 3:10 to go. That's exactly what the Bulldogs want. Just 5 yards at a time and taking up some clock will win them this game as they lead it by 2 scores. Carr going back to work, 4-receiver set, 2 to either side from the shotgun. 2nd and 5 from their own 25. Bain, the tailback, off to his right hip. 3 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Spreading out the defense here. Waist high snap, back to pass is Carr. Takes his time, clutches, regathers himself as Schultz is bringing some pressure. Fires left side, caught at the 35-yard line by Vanderveen, and he drives down to the 37 as he dives ahead for the first down. So the Eagles move the chains. Long play right there. Carr able to create something with some pressure coming from Ethan Schultz, but they still move the chains. It's a 1st and 10 for the Eagles working quickly. Trips go right side from the left hash mark. They'll be at their own 38-yard line. 2:33 to go, fourth quarter. Grandville 44-29 leads. Hudsonville the ball. Carr working from the gun. 2 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Waist high snap. Carr back to pass. Pressure coming. Evades Popkin. Rolls to the right side. Buying some time. Fires off his back foot. Looking deep down the right sideline. Caught inside Grandville territory at the 38-yard line. Ham goes out of bounds as he's wrestled out by Carson Smith. And they've moved the chains again and gotten into Grandville territory. 2:15 to go. Clock stops fourth quarter. 44-29 Hudsonville. Or Grandville. Hudsonville with the ball. Ball is on the right hash mark, so they'll go 3 receivers to the left side. And they will this time isolate Peter Smith, the senior, to the right side of the line. So 3 left, Robertson in the slot, Vanderveen all the way out wide, Ham also on that left side, Smith isolated to the right. 2 down linemen for the Bulldogs. They're spreading the defense way out right here in the nickel package. Waist high snap. Carr back to pass. Clutches. Fires left side. And a diving grab made at the 26-yard line. Underthrown, but Brad Reardon comes up with the ball right by the first down marker. It moves the chains. 2:09 to go. Fourth quarter. 44-29 Grandville. The Eagles all through the air, moving the ball down the field. Bulldogs not quite prevent defense, but playing that nickel or even quarter packages. They have been able to work it down the field here. Back to a 4-receiver set again. Trips right, and they isolate Reardon to the left side. Trey Carr barking out the calls. Will work from the gun. 1st and 10 from the Grandville 27-yard line. Bulldogs by 15 points. 1.5 to go. Snap to Carr. Rolls right. Pressure coming. Buying some time. Fires off his back foot. Caught by Reardon inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Coverage was there by Arnold, who was all over him. Reardon somehow makes the tackle. He's got a couple big grabs in this game, including a touchdown. And the Eagles have got it 2nd and short. 1:27 and less to go, fourth quarter. 44-29. The clock continues to tick down. Grandville by 15. Still 2 timeouts remain. 2nd and 1 up to the Grandville 18-yard line. 4-receiver set. Carr from the gun. Chest high snap. Back to pass. Clutches. Fires. Kind of off his back foot looking for the end zone. And Robertson unable to make the grab. A leveling hit is thrown by Carson Smith. Robertson can't hang on to it. It'll be 3rd and 1. A big play defensively there by Carson Smith, the ranging high safety.
Yeah, Luke DeHaan was in coverage there. Not bad coverage from him. The ball put in a good spot, though, and then Carson Smith able to come over and break it up, make sure that one wasn't completed for a touchdown.
1:08 to go, fourth quarter, 44-29 Grandville. The Eagles have got it 3rd and 1 up to the Grandville 18-yard line. They need 2 scores. They'll work 4 receiver set from the gun, 2 to either side. Trey Carr, the junior, works from the shotgun here. 3 down linemen for the Bulldogs. We've got a whistle down. We've got a flag out, and it looks like the Bulldogs have jumped early again and given up a free first down to the Eagles. So another one was at 6 now, I believe, 4, 5 or 6 on the game for the Bulldogs. They've struggled with a lot of offside calls. So a first down to the Eagles. 1:08 to go. Not the biggest penalty in the world because the Eagles are fighting the clock more than anything. They still need 2 scores, but now they get it up to the Grandville 13-yard line with 1st and 10 coming up. Trey Carr will work from the shotgun. 4 receiver set. There's a low snap to Carr. He rolls straight back left to pass. Clutches, fires, looking for the end zone. Nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of Drew Hungerford. He jumped onto that ball, just unable to pick it off and all but end the game. Hudsonville continues to have life. 2nd and 10 from the Grandville 13 coming up.
Yeah, the ball just misplaced that time from Carr. He had the receiver open in the corner of the end zone. Throw a little bit more towards the middle of the field. Hungerford had a chance to try and end the game there, but right through his hands.
Again, 4 receiver set from the gun. 2nd and 10 from the Grandville 13. A minute left. Carr throws it short. Got Bain at the 10. Rumbles over the 5. Driving down towards the goal line. Carson Smith helps level him just short at the 1. That's a big tackle. We're under a minute to go. 44-29 Grandville. A 1st and goal coming up here for the Eagles. Did Coach Sandy burn a timeout? It does not look like he did here, so the Eagles will work. No timeout for the Eagles. They bring in their power unit. A tight end, a fullback come on the field. 2 receivers will go to the left side. Drew Bain obviously is the one to watch right here. Trey Carr works in the shotgun. 1st and goal from the 1. Carr takes it right up the middle. Dives in the end zone. Touchdown, Hudsonville. 35 seconds left. They've got one of the scores back from the Bulldogs. And they've got just over 30 seconds to go. Obviously, the onside kick will all but determine the game. At this point in time, Hudsonville still 2 timeouts to burn. And remember, the Eagles at some point, they're going to have to go for 2 as well, but they're going to kick the extra point here first.
The point after out of the hold of Trey Carr.
44-35. So Dieppe will look to add the extra point. Low snap, held down by Carr. Right leg through the ball for Dieppe, and it's good. 35 seconds on the clock. 44-36. Hudsonville down 8. They will have an onside kick coming up that will determine the football game. Make sure you tune in afterwards to the Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. The Centennial Securities Player of the Game, much more will be handed out. AHC Hospitality Play of the Game. Plenty of options for the Play of the Game, and we maybe haven't seen it yet, Chandler. 35 seconds remaining. High-Tone Cleaners with locations in Jenison and Grandville offer professional dry cleaning, laundering, bulk laundry service, shoe repair, and care, and feature same-day service if you drop off before 9 a.m. even on Saturdays. Check them out online at hightonecleaners.com for all the ways they can help make your laundry cleaning services easier. All right, Hudsonville down 44-36 to the Bulldogs of Grandville. 35 seconds on the clock in the fourth quarter. The Eagles will look to convert the onside kick. They've tried a few. They haven't quite gotten them yet. They had one really good opportunity that they wound up jumping offside on. Here we go, Emmanuel Dieppe. He just added the extra point. Maybe the biggest onside kick of his career right here. Bulldogs have 2 deep returners back around their own 25-yard line. Dieppe left to right, strides forward. Short little pooch kick, bouncing down at the 50. Grandville falls on it. The Bulldogs have the football, and that'll just about do it. What a contest. What a gutsy finish. I think it may have been Luke DeHaan. It was a pile that jumped on it. What an effort by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs able to jump on that one. Dieppe didn't quite fully strike that one. That ball was struggling to get to the 10 yards to where the Eagles could jump on it. It didn't even make it to 10 yards, it looks like, before DeHaan was able to jump on it.
No, it's at the 49-yard line, just in Hudsonville territory. 34 seconds. The Eagles have 2 timeouts, so that's not quite enough. So the Bulldogs are going to get it done. They will go into the victory formation right here with the Sanders. 44-36. The Bulldogs are going to go to 5-3. For all intents and purposes, consider Grandville in the playoffs. Also consider them, with all likelihood, getting to avoid Rockford after they pick up the big win here tonight. Both teams congratulating each other, talking after this one. A hard-fought battle, and yet another Grandville-Hudsonville thriller about to be in the rear view. Looks like Coach Sandy is not going to use any of those timeouts or try to make the Bulldogs snap it, so the clock will just run its way on down. Grandville starts their celebration 44-36. It was the exact same amount of points they scored a week ago, Chandler, but a little bit more drama in this one. Both teams come together for the handshake lines. The Bulldogs beat the Eagles. Grandville wins the border war 44-36.
Great game, one that we've been setting up all week long. 2 teams with a ton to play for, and man, they really play a great game here tonight, and the Eagles never gave up. They were down 3 scores late in this one, able to fight back, made it really close, gave themselves an opportunity, but the Bulldogs put it away. A big win for them.
Add one more to the all-time classic that we've seen between these 2 teams in the past few years. I mean, in the last 4 years, we've seen overtime. We've seen last year's incredible late game. We've seen this one of nearly a huge comeback. For Hudsonville, the Bulldogs just hang on, and Grandville goes to 5-3 on the year. Hudsonville falls to 4-4. If the Eagles are going to make the playoffs, they have to beat Caledonia next week. That's a huge story. The fireworks are going off here at Bulldog Stadium. But for Grandville, they get to 5 wins with this win. We don't want to say it for certain. We don't want to say it's guaranteed. But the Bulldogs are 99%, let's just say, they're playoff bound. A win against West Ottawa can definitely make them playoff bound and can also continue to improve their standing. What a win for Coach Eagles squad. One of the games of the year. The Bulldogs on senior night rush to the student section. They'll celebrate the win. 44-36, Grandville over Hudsonville. We've got plenty to break down, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
He is Ethan Schultz. Number 50, he is Eddie Stone. Number 54, he is
Jerry opened the letter. An eviction notice? He and his family couldn't bear to move again. It was warm and they had plenty of space for their acorns. Anxiety took a hold of him. Then suddenly,
you've got squirrels in your engine and they chewed through the wiring.
And it was covered, thanks to a farmer's agent. Engine Bay Squatters, May 23rd, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today at 616-531-3441. Your local farmer's agent who helps you plan for the unexpected.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car. And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
The Panthers of West Ottawa.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you. It is the Grandville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. 44-36. Grandville hangs on over Hudsonville, and they go to 5-3 on the season. Hudsonville drops to 4-4. Big games for both teams we'll preview in a second coming up next week as well, but plenty of scoring in this one. Cade Pilzik opened us up with a touchdown. Drew Bain followed it right up for Hudsonville with 7-6 after the Bulldogs were unable to get the 2-point conversion. And the Bulldogs, in big part thanks to that fumbled kickoff as well by Bain, will put 2 scores quickly on the board. Still in the first quarter, it was first Osborne, then early in the second quarter, Sanders found Braden Gable on a 2-yard touchdown strike. Drew Bain answered again for Hudsonville to make it 22-14, and right before the end of the half, with 30 seconds remaining in the half, Cade Pilzik found the end zone. Pilzik also converted the 2-point conversion, make it 30-14 into the half, and then Grandville added the first score of the second half. They go up 37-14. Strock adds the extra point to help get to that point. And then Drew Bain goes 95 yards on a kick return. If Hudsonville won, that very likely would have been the play of the game. The 2-point conversion from Carr to Ham was good, made it 37-22. Then we saw the next score also come from Hudsonville as Trey Carr, after a wild drive. They started on that drive with a Wildcat quarterback. They bring Gage Robertson, the receiver, in. He helps lead him most of the way down the field, but eventually Carr finds Raridan for 29 yards for the touchdown, 37-29. Then Dominic Osborne on the next drive, probably the biggest drive of the game. He had some big runs. The Bulldogs converting down the field, able to punch into the 1-yard TD run. Strock adds the extra point, makes it 44-29. So Grandville, the big 2-point lead in the end. Then Trey Carr helps lead him down the field once again. He gets it in, punches in himself. Dieppe adds the extra point, 44-36. It all came down to the onside kick. Grandville able to recover. Grandville able to hang on. Chandler, I'll hand over to you. Take us through some of the key stats, and then we'll start giving out some awards from this one.
Yeah, for the Bulldogs, Ian Sanders had 66 passing yards to go along with 2 rushing yards. Cade Pilzik, he only had 45 rushing yards, but a couple touchdowns, so a quiet night yardage-wise for him, but still got a couple touchdowns. Dominic Osborne, 89 rushing yards. Merrick with 124 rushing yards to lead the Bulldogs. And then Braden Gable, 27 receiving yards to go along with a touchdown and a couple 2-point conversions. And a couple of big catches as well from Atwood for 8, Johnson for 20, and Osborne for 11 as well. But for the Eagles, they really moved the ball pretty well in the second half. Carr finished with 200 passing yards, really opened things up there late and was able to throw the ball effectively. Bain, he had 111 rushing yards at halftime, finished with only 114. They really didn't use him as much in the second half, but still impressive what he was able to do in that first half. Robertson came in, and the Wildcat quarterback, he had 50 rushing yards. And the receivers for them as well had some pretty impressive numbers. Robertson, as long as playing that quarterback, also had 42 receiving yards. Raridan up to 97 receiving yards. And Ham, who has been one of their top playmakers all season long, did not have a carry, 2 catches for 35 yards.
Yeah, so 44-36. The shootout we kind of thought that there was a very good chance we would see. As the seniors out there right now for the Bulldogs on senior night, they come up with a big win against a rival. What a moment that is for them, by the way. They're out there taking a picture right now. Make sure to check out Snooze to You, his Twitter account, because I see him out there. He's going to have a picture of that, what I'm talking about. Coach Siegel gets in the middle of everyone. And we're going to hand out the awards in just a second. Right before we do, want to thank a couple sponsors and clean up a couple of reads. Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the professionals at City to Shore Real Estate Prestige Home Group. They are focused on their clients' goals, not just the sale. Let them be your guide in helping you achieve your dreams in home ownership. They are ready to build a trusting relationship with all of their clients and help them love where they live. Click on their logo on the Byron Center or South Christian page of the Michigan Sports Radio site, or find them online at prestigehomegroup.com. Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers are a Grand Rapids home health care agency and offer exceptional home care for families in Grand Rapids and West Michigan. When someone you love needs help, your life is never simple. They provide services for medically fragile children, elderly grandparents, dementia patients, closed head and spinal cord injuries, and many more. Healthcare Associates and Community